What up? I just woke up. Very tired. I guess we'll wait a couple of minutes just to get people in here. And then we'll get started. Because, yeah, there are a lot of games on this list. A lot of games. 106 of them, dude.
Congratulations. You won.
Thank you for the remembership. Hello, guys. Yeah, we're not going to play video games today. We're going to do this. And, yeah. I'll explain more when people get here. Just give it another minute or so. Yeah, it's gonna take a fucking long time. What's up? I guess we'll start. Alright, now that everybody's here, we're going to do a licensed game tier list. Now, some of the stuff on this list might not be like licensed cartoon game, but there's stuff like, you know, Friday the 13th, which is like still based on a TV show and like, or, you know, a movie. There's also like, you know, like movie games, you know, some of the SpongeBob games from the previous tier list. Yeah, there's stuff like you know, Man vs. Wild, you know, a classic, of course, based on a TV show. Tony Hawk's Underground is on this list somewhere here, because like technically it's a licensed game, sort of. But if there's stuff that we decide doesn't belong on the list, like compared to some of these other games, then we're just gonna make a tier for it that's like, you know, kind of like the educational game tier last time. Yeah, Hooters Road Trip is on here, yeah. Stuff like that. Basically just games that were made to promote IPs in the early 2000s and like maybe some after, maybe some before. Yeah, Elf's on here, yeah. Because, yeah, the last tier list, people really enjoyed it. I was originally planning on doing tier lists to, you know, keep the channel going while we were doing the PS2 slop runs, but we're not doing those anymore. Murph, thanks.
90 months of watching the licensed piles.
90 months. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing them anyway because people enjoy them. Alright, enough talk. Let's get started. We're going to start with, what should we start with? I guess we'll just start with, like, honestly, let's just start with Battle for Bikini Bottom. Right? I mean, like, we already know this is the golden standard for licensed games. Like, we're just going to put it in S tier. We already know it's going in S tier. You know, this game feels complete. A lot of content in it for a licensed game. One of the best collectathons ever made. You know, perfect atmosphere, solid dialogue, great color palette, great performance and frame rate, animations, movement. Very fun game. Going in S tier. Yeah. If anything goes above this on the list, I'd be very surprised. But this is the golden standard. We're just going to start with this one. Alright. As we've already discussed, you know, before, a bunch of SpongeBob games, but we should probably pick some other games. Anything else you guys want to see after BfBB? You know, yeah, it might be in its own tier. Could be, but we'll see. That'll be the, like, really the question, though. Yeah, I guess, like, other good licensed games we could do. I guess I could talk about The Stick of Truth. So, the South Park, The Stick of Truth, I don't even know if you would even really consider this much of a licensed game, because it was such an involved development by Matt and Trey, the creators of South Park. Like, it basically is, like, the development of an episode of the show. But this was Ubisoft, right? Now, I will say, too, that, like, the writers of SpongeBob were very involved in Battle for Bikini Bottom as well. Matter of fact, at Heavy Iron Studios, where they developed the game, they had SpongeBob, Tom Kenny, answering their answering machines, and they would leave messages to the studio. But eventually, Nickelodeon found out about it, and they made them get rid of that voice message thing. So like the voice actors and the writers were very involved. But this actually is like pretty much like a licensed like a show, like an actual episode of the show. I can't get my microphone to there we go. This basically is like an episode of the show. And I do think it's a very good game. It's a fun JRPG. This game doesn't really shine in its game mechanics. It more so shines in its ability to really replicate what an episode of South Park should feel like. I think I've seen like 20 episodes of South Park. It's probably my most watched show I've ever had in my life. Like, I've been watching South Park for the majority of my life, and I've seen most episodes like at least like 5 to 10 times. Did I say 20? Pretty sure I said 20. Oh. 20 seasons. Yeah. No, I've seen like the first like 18 seasons, 17 seasons of South Park a million times. I've seen like some of the later seasons like once, but didn't revisit them. So yeah, I mean this is a very fun game for fans. It brings a lot of from the show comes to the game. A lot of good references. Constant references. Very fun. Good fan service. The Nazi zombie stuff is very funny because this game came out during the Nazi zombies craze with like Call of Duty, and like every game was trying to like replicate the Nazi zombies. So they literally put Nazi zombies in the game. Pretty funny. So it's a commentary on, obviously it's like typical South Park humor, but it also makes fun of video games too. There's like the Jew class in the game. It's like Cartman's like he just hates Jews. So it's like one of the jokes. Kind of similar to the next game where they have a different like the difficulty selector in the beginning of the game. But yeah, it's a very good game. Honestly, like if I'm being truthful here, it's a very fun game to play. It's a great licensed game, but as a game, I don't think it quite belongs in S tier. I'm not gonna lie. Like the gameplay mechanics are fun, but it's just good enough to get you through it, whereas the main pull of the game is the South Park references and the story. So I don't know, like, is it an S tier game? I think I'll put it, I'll just already just make a new tier. I will make a new tier here. Actually, we should probably keep this consistent with the colors as well. We're gonna put it in A+ tier. I just don't think that like this is the kind of game that I would want to replay if not for just like watching South Park, Like the game mechanics are fine, they're fun, but they're not like anything special, It's not like a special game in terms of the way that the game plays, but it is a very good South Park experience, yeah. March of the Penguins next. Alright, so March of the Penguins for Game Boy Advance. Does anybody really know this game exists except for us? Probably not. So sadly to say that Morgan Freeman does not narrate this game in 32 bits or whatever the fuck the Game Boy Advance was. This game is like a mini game collection with like puzzles, like the Penguins March, and you gotta like lay down obstacles or like bridges and like trampolines and stuff to get them to like march correctly. It's super fucking cringe. True fucking movie slop. Like, why'd they make this? I don't fucking know. This game is not fun to play. I'm not sure why it's even a thing. But I like Morgan Freeman, so I'm just going to put it in D tier, not F tier. I guess we should actually just make an F tier. Oh. And then we'll add a row below. and make it, okay, you have to click on it to make it F tier. It's really weird. F tier. See, I like Morgan Freeman. He's pretty cool. Shawshank's a good movie. I'll put it in D tier. Disc broken tier. First thing that comes to mind is the first disc that we snapped on screen, which was The Incredibles. Incredibles is developed by Heavy Iron Studios as well. This video game was developed about, what was it? Yeah, it was a year after Battle for Bikini Bottom. It was developed by Heavy Iron Studios during the development of the SpongeBob movie game. Incredibles is the first disc that we snapped on stream. It was like, what was it, 8 years ago now we did that. But yeah, I mean, Incredibles is an interesting game because it does carry over a lot of the same like quality of movement and controls from Battle for Bikini Bottom, so it's still decently fun to play. And Mr. Incredible especially has some pretty solid movement with like the rolling and stuff. It's fun. The dash running levels, the auto scrollers are pretty solid. I kind of like them for what they are. They're fun. You know, there's a single Violet level, you know, Metal Gear Violet. It's fine. This game's overall fine. The first half of the game is pretty decent, honestly, but it really slows down in the second half when you're just going through Syndrome's lair, the entire portion of the game, and just pressing buttons to open doors or buttons that reveal other buttons, and just punching the same grunts over and over again. So, I mean, the first half is solid, the second half is very rushed and bland, but there's still some good to look forward to. The Incredible section is pretty fun. Clearly, they just kind of refined the SpongeBob mechanics from the Battle for Bikini Bottom game and put them into the Incredibles, where Violet has the force field ball and they're like running inside of it. The boss fights are pretty fun. I like the Omnidroid fights in this game. Zorro, thank you for the 49 months. Yeah, it's decent. It's really not that bad. Obviously, a lot of things in this move are gonna move around, but Incredibles on console, I think I'll just put it in B tier. It's a B tier licensed game. It's fine. I really don't dislike this game too much. Definitely not as good as Battle for Bikini Bottom. I think it's a B tier game. Where does Elf go? Elf. We just did Game Boy Slop, so we should probably wait a little bit longer for that. Where'd my cursor land? Fairly's. Blitz Games developed this, yeah. Fairly Odd Parents, Breaking Da Rules. I think this was on PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. Like, it was the only Fairly game on Xbox. So, Breaking Da Rules is honestly pretty mid. Like, I don't really find this game to be very fun. Having to, 5 wish stars, and, like, they run away from you, like, as fast as you walk, so you're just constantly chasing them. I guess the cell shading style is not terrible, but, like, cell shading is just kind of like a cheap tactic to keep a game, like, looking like a cartoon. Like, Battle for Bikini Bottom didn't need to cell shade, and it has, like, that painted canvas style that works really well for it. I'm not going to put that against the game, but I will say that, like, there is kind of like a trope with these licensed games, like the Family Guy games, where they constantly use cell shading to kind of, like, just throw on some kind of a style that would make it look decent. You know, it just feels kind of like overdone to me. So I'm not going to count that for it. Like, it's not for it or against it. It just is what it is. The gameplay mechanics, that said, are not very fun. Am I suffering and dying like I'm playing March of the Penguins on Game Boy Advance? No, definitely not. But I'll put it in C tier, and I guess we can just talk about the game after it too, which is Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown. So this game is the one that came out. I should say that Breaking Da Rules came out in 2003. I think it released on the exact same day as Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like, they had promos on either disc that promoted either game, I'm pretty sure. So they released on the same day, I think. And yeah, like, clearly one was better than the other. But this is Shadow Showdown. This is also Blitz Games. This came out the year after. And they improved a lot on the first game. They added, well, first off, they zoomed the camera out, which, you know, it actually is more similar to how the camera is in Battle for Bikini Bottom, where you have much more of a view around you. Instead of having to collect 5 wish stars to use a wish on a designated platform, like in Conker's Bad Fur Day, you have like the context-sensitive platforms. It's probably where they got the idea from, honestly. Instead, you have wishes that you do for collecting 3 wish stars, and they added a diving mechanic so you can dive into the stars, so you're not just constantly chasing them, right? Really good change. So the gameplay just flows a lot better. And when you collect the wish stars, you don't have to like stand on a platform to use it every time. There's like, you can kind of just use them anywhere for the most part, which is a nice change. It makes the gameplay flow better. So you have these 3 wishes in the level that you can use when you use them. You know, like you don't have to just stand on a specific place to use them each time. Good change. Because in Breaking Daw Rules, it kind of felt like the Yellow Avenger, where you gotta like stand, like SpongeBob Yellow Avenger for the DS, where you gotta stand on a platform to use every single power-up. Just becomes very exhausting. Gameplay doesn't flow well, but this game is a solid, competent platformer. A lot of levels that are good references to the show. They retried the Crimson Chin level from Fairly's, the original one. So, much better game. The one problem this game does have, though, unfortunately, because all the levels are really fun, but when you get to the final boss, it's very, very rushed. It's kind of like Incredibles Core, where you just hit a bunch of buttons and the boss dies, instead of being like a real test of all your skills and your wishes that you learned throughout the game, which would have been a great way to end it. Like, each round of the boss could have been like a round of like each level. Like, you get the 3 wishes that you learned in each level for each round of the boss, and then you know, that would have been like a much better way to finish the game. But they probably ran out of time. This is the reason why Battle for Bikini Bottom is where it is. It's the only game on this list, other than like the South Park games and like some of the other like high budget licensed games, that feels like it's a finished game, and if it were rushed at the end, you wouldn't be able to tell. But this game definitely feels rushed. It probably would have gone higher if it hadn't have been rushed, but it's going in A tier. I've accidentally dropped it here a bunch of times while talking about it, but Fairly Odd Parents Shadow Showdown for GameCube and PS2, because it did not get an Xbox release, is going in A tier. It's a solid A tier license game. Okay? Good placement on that. What are we going to do next? Any suggestions? Movie? I'm trying to take like different IPs first before we go back to SpongeBob. We'll put movie on here later. We'll do movie. I don't think Rehydrated's on this list because it's a remake of Battle for Bikini Bottom. So it was on the last list because we're talking about SpongeBob games. But I've already given. If you want to hear my opinion on Rehydrated, you can check out my SpongeBob game tier list. I'll have it like suggested on this video. But I saw Jimmy Neutron. I guess we could do the first Jimmy Neutron. Well, actually, I don't think this is even the first one. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, based on the Jimmy Neutron movie. The Jimmy Neutron movie came out in 2001, right? It was the first like non-Pixar budget, full animation feature theatrical release, right? So Jimmy Neutron was a pretty huge deal, but for some reason, the game didn't even come out until like a year later. It's kind of Elf core in that regard, where the Elf Game Boy Advance game, based on the Will Ferrell feature picture, yes, that game is real and exists. This game came out a year after the movie, I believe, as well. And it was developed at the same time. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman was developed. SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, by the same developer, Big Sky Interactive, and both games would be the final games that they would develop before their studio went defunct. So yeah, history behind this one. This game fucking sucks. It's strangely nostalgic, but there's this strange, like, almost like 16-bit, 32-bit, like, soundtrack in it. It's just, like, very uncanny. If you've ever played this game, like, you know what I'm talking about. It feels like an N64 game with Game Boy Advance music. It has a life system. You can game over in it. The levels aren't very fun. The movement is very jank. Jank. weird to use, weird to move around with. It's very linear. The models aren't very appealing. I think it had the same issue Revenge of the Flying Dutchman had, where the studio purchased a game engine to use, because back then, like renderware, this might be renderware, I'm not entirely sure, I don't think it actually is though. Renderware is like the engine, the typical engine they'd use for the game graphics, but the actual game movement system and the engine, a lot of these games made them from scratch. You couldn't just get like Unreal Engine out of the box, or I guess like Unreal Engine 1 was like fairly new at the time, but most games just made their own engines. But video game development is not as easy as it is now at this point in time, where you could just get like a highly developed like Unreal Engine 5 out of the box and just like throw models into it and just make it work. They had to learn how this engine works to actually put into, to put a game into it. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to count for or against it. But it's worth noting that the developers struggled making this game, along with Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. They were working on them at the same time, and both games apparently didn't do very well because they weren't fun. But yeah, I mean, I would say that compared to Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, this is the inferior game. It's not very fun to play. It's kind of a shit show, honestly. The final boss, you just kick him over and over again, and that's it. Not a very appealing looking game. The art style is not good. As far as games playing, like how fun they are, the camera being locked into place, and this is really terrible too. I don't know. I'm thinking either C or D tier. I'm just gonna put it in D tier for now. Well, this is just fucking miserable. This has got to go in F tier. Like March of the Penguins is moving down to F tier. I can't put these in the same tier. But look at this. We got a pretty even distribution so far.
Shrek's box for S tier Lamau. Okay, maybe
Spyro,
not
thanks
really.
For the 52 months. I guess we could start with the Shrek franchise. So I feel like since we've played this on stream, Shrek for Xbox. This was an Xbox launch title. There was like a famous like fantasy writer who worked on this game for some reason. He like created like enemies for the game, and that was like a big pull of it. If anybody could do like the homework on that and get back to me. I don't really remember who the guy was. I'm not really too into like the fantasy stuff. I've never even seen Lord of the Rings. Todd McFarlane, I'll take your word for it. So yeah, I guess like this was like kind of like a collab, you know. They thought it was going to be like the Avengers. It wasn't. This is probably one of the most putrid games I've ever played in my life. And I think it's a little bit more well known now since we've played it on stream a few years ago. 4 years ago almost, actually. This game made me feel like my eyes and ears were puking. I don't really know how else to describe it. I've never seen Star Wars either. Yeah, so this is truly an out-of-body demonic experience playing this. It was an Xbox launch title as well. For some reason, Shrek runs like faster than the fucking Flash. Like not even like sprinting. Like you can like see the frames chopping with how much they made him, like how fast they made him run. It's got this weird like Mario 64 mechanic to it where you can do like wall jumps and shit. The music is literally just like drums tapping the whole time. This game truly makes you question why you were placed on Earth. This is so bad that I don't even like. Cause this is Game Boy Advance slop, right? March of the Penguins is just Game Boy Advance slop. It's not atypical to the typical Game Boy Advance experience. This just makes you want to die. Shrek is truly a one-of-a-kind experience, and for that, I'm actually going to make a row below, and we're just going to call this G tier, and Shrek is going in G tier, because wow, I don't even know. I don't think there will be another one below this. This isn't even slop. This is just sludge. This is truly my swamp. Very, very bad game. Like, truly, wow. I was mentioning that I did not watch Lord of the Rings or Star Wars growing up and never have. But games that I did play and movies that I did watch growing up were the Harry Potter films and games. And these games, actually, this game is Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, depending on whether you eat beans and toast. This is the PC version of Sorcerer's Philosopher's Stone. And this game is actually good. This is actually a good game. It's a platformer made by No Wonder, which is the name of the studio. I don't think it was as popular as the PS1 version. Maybe I'm wrong on that, because the PS1 version sold like 7 or 8 million copies, which is absolutely insane. For reference, I think that Battle for Bikini Bottom sold like 2 to 3 million copies, which is still impressive for a licensed game, but more of a cult classic. This game on the PS1, Harry Potter, was like peak Potter mania. The PS1 version was very, very popular. But the PC version, I don't really know. But I played the PC version when I was a kid. This game is a platformer and like kind of like point and click hybrid. You use the mouse to cast spells, and like you can cast spells at like certain like symbols on walls and bookcases and stuff to like use the spells you've learned to get through levels and like find secrets and like do that kind of stuff while you're platforming. It's a fun game. It has tank controls with the movement, but when you get used to it, it's truly not a big deal. This game actually is made in Unreal Engine 1. It's very, very primitive Unreal Engine. The visuals in this game are really nice, though. Like, this game holds up visually. The sound design is very fun. I really enjoy this game a lot. And discovering the secrets and like these like environments that are like hidden over there, like have like wizard cards to collect. It's a very linear game where the wizard cards, like the side quests, like you don't get to go back and do them, but it's kind of like an arcade game where you finish the game. It's a linear game, and the score you get at the end, at least in my opinion, is how many wizard cards you have. And I think there are 50 of them. I could be wrong about that. But if you collect all the wizard cards, you get the final wizard card at the end, which is, if you haven't played the game, I won't spoil it for you, which probably should be pretty obvious what it is. But yeah, like I remember replaying this game many times to see if I could just do better at like finding the secrets in the levels. And you know, it's you got to give it a little slack, because this is not at the point where games decided to be open world like that. Most games, at least. I mean, you had like Mario 64 and Donkey Kong and Jak and Daxter at this point, but a lot of games were platformers that were just linear progression. But this game is very fun. I really enjoy it. Solid explore-a-thon, I guess, with collect-a-thon elements. The voice acting gets a little, at times. It gets a little rushed toward the end as well. They got a little lazy with the wizard card placements. But overall, it's a good game. I really enjoy Harry Potter for the the PC, the point-and-click one. So I'm going to put it in A tier above Fairly's. Really solid game. I like it a lot. Let's see if we can get a different IP here. I guess we can do Arthur's Ready to Race. Arthur's Ready to Race is a PlayStation 1 game where you spend the game not racing, however, getting ready to race. The whole game is just spent getting ready to race. You're just doing chores the whole time. You like pick strawberries. You like navigate a library. You race like occasionally to like you test the racing cart like throughout the game, but you don't race until the end. Guys, why are we racing? Yeah. The whole game is spent getting ready to race. But if I'm really being honest, this game is fine. It's just a pre-K game. It's kind of cute for kids. The music is like kind of okay, like I don't know, like for a kids game. Am I going to be mean to this? Am I going to really be mean to this game? It's just trying to accomplish, like, it's accomplishing what it's trying to accomplish. It's just a short little game for, like, little kids. I'm okay with this game. It's not putrid. Like, these games, D and F tier, are putrid. I'll put it in C tier, honestly. It could move down further. But this is not me. This is not my... It's not, like, supposed to be fun for someone like us, you know? Adults playing kids' games. It'd be S tier if you could punch DW. True. True. Does this even count? Does this game count, Spider-Man, for PlayStation 1? I will say, like, before we rank this, that, like, it kind of doesn't count. Sort of does, kind of doesn't. I don't know. It's based on source material from comics. I mean, I guess like Harry Potter 1 for the PC is loosely based on the books. It's based on the books probably more than it's based on the movie, I think. I never read the books. But yeah. This is probably a bit more based on the comics than any, like, visual media. Well, not visual, you know, like animation at the time. But yeah, this game is actually very good. This game doesn't have webs that attach to buildings, but it's not a hindrance to its fun. The way the levels are designed, it doesn't really, like, the webs don't need to attach to buildings. And this has, like, a crazy, like, off-the-wall plot. A lot of characters from Spider-Man, you know. I like the visuals. Crawling on the walls is, like, really, really fun for the time this game came out in 2000. I think that Neversoft actually made this game. Yeah, some of their other games are on this list, too. Really solid development studio, really solid game. No, this game walked so Spider-Man 2 could run, and Spider-Man 2 ran so Spider-Man PS4 could look pretty, I guess. But yeah, you're forgetting your history there. We're going to talk about these games, though, for sure. This game is very, very good, though. This game is fun. It's going in S tier. I'm not going to put it above Battle for Bikini Bottom, but it is an S tier game. Very fun game. Aged well. I played it on the PlayStation 1. I'm sure yeah, we played PS4 on the stream. I played it on the PlayStation 1. Yeah, it's an S tier game. Really fucking solid game. I'm sure the Dreamcast version's better, but yeah. Good game. This might be the best Spider-Man game that it is the best Spider-Man game I've played for sure. I'll explain why, because I know people are going to point to this or this, but I do think that this is the best Spider-Man game, PlayStation 1. I didn't know that they had a PC port. Also, I just realized that Toy Story 2 is not on this list. I don't know if you're here, Rumi. Would you be able to add Toy Story 2 for PlayStation 1? Because I was thinking about PlayStation 1 games. I think that should be added. And Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase as well, if you can get that too. Thank you. Yeah, PlayStation 1. Because now I'm thinking about, like, some of the PS1. We never played Cyber Chase on stream, but I have played it. I have core memories playing that game. I'm pretty sure that Madagascar is on here. Yeah, Madagascar. All right. I like this game. I mean, it's fine. It's probably one of the better movie games out there. It might even be as good as Spider-Man for PS2. Spider-Man 2 based on the Sam Raimi movie. It might be as good, honestly. Solid game, very linear, but I enjoy it. It's got a good variety of gameplay. The bonuses are good. Yeah, the mini games, yeah, solid. The movement's fun. Good collectathon. I like this game. I mean, I would probably put it in A tier, honestly, but is it above Harry Potter for the PC? I don't know. I mean, I feel like any of these games are interchangeable. They're all good licensed games, truthfully. But yeah, Madagascar is really solid. I like this one a lot. Man. it belongs somewhere in here, but like hairs will be split over this game because I like all three of these. I can't remember how this game ends though. I can't remember if the ending was rushed. Was it a rushed ending? I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna put it over here. Because what year was this game? I typed in PS3, which is apparently... Oh, there are more Madagascars, right? When did this game come out? 2005. Yeah. Yeah, I think it belongs here. I think it belongs here. This game came out in 2001. The jump, like, if you were growing up in the early 2000s playing these games, like, the jump in quality, or, like, I guess not in quality, but, like, the difference in style, like, you can tell a 2001 game from a 2002 game. 2003 is distinct. 2004 is distinct. Like, 2001 through 2006 are all, like, distinct. After 2006, things kind of feel the same, honestly, but there was, like, so much advancement in video game development from 2001 to 2005. Like, this game has a lot behind it, helping it, you know? Madagascar versus Harry Potter. So I'm going to keep this order in A tier with Madagascar in the middle. But it's a solid game. Solid game. I guess we could do Simpsons now. Simpsons Road Rage. Honestly, I'm probably going to be a little more harsh on this game than I would be for the others, because I haven't played this game in like 9 years. I think the last time I played this game was like at Games Done Quick in 2017, when Battle for Bikini Bottom got in, or for any SpongeBob game for that matter, got into GDQ for the first time. So I was there, and after my run, we went to a used game store and picked up Road Rage, and I was really excited to play it, and I was disappointed because I didn't realize how repetitive it was. But yeah, it's just Crazy Taxi with Simpsons. I think they actually had a lawsuit over it because it was too similar to Crazy Taxi. But I think all things considered, like, it's crusty as fuck, but it's still kind of fun. I don't know, man. Like, it's not fun, but like the maps are pretty big, and like you can explore Springfield, and they have different cars. Like, this game obviously walked so Hit and Run could run. I always find it funny how like Hit and Run is the successor to Road Rage. Like, the charge keeps going up, and like, you know, like Hit and Run is like vaguely based on Grand Theft Auto. So like Hit and Run is like a step below Grand Theft Auto. I don't know. It's like the naming scheme is like pretty funny. Like, it's clever. Yeah, Road Rage is like, you're saying S for Road Rage. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think it belongs in C tier. I think it belongs in C tier under Fairly Odd Parents, Breaking Down Rules. And it's above Arthur, because at least you actually get to fucking race in this game, right? You're not getting ready to road rage, you're actually road raging. Hit and Run. Yeah, we'll talk about Hit and Run. I just want to kind of like take like a good like... there are going to be some of these games that we did not play through a lot. So there's probably going to be another tier. I guess I'll just make another tier below. I guess we'll just like... Not enough play time. We'll just do that. Yeah. That's where Wall-E is gonna go. Wall-E for the Xbox 360. This is the era when there were like still different versions of licensed games for different platforms. Like, this is like the 6th gen. Wait. Yeah, 6th gen to 7th gen transition, with like some games on the 360 and some games on the OG consoles. Let me just check on this. while E360 was developed by Heavy Iron, right? It was developed by... Let me check Wikipedia. I'm pretty sure that it was Heavy Iron Studios, right? Xbox 360, and PS3 and Wii was Heavy Iron Studios, yeah. A far cry from Battle for Bikini Bottom. We played like one level of this before the disc shit out because there was a scratch on it or something. Granted, I played it having not slept for 2 days because that subathon was like truly miserable for me. I had fun, but it was a miserable experience for my body. For what I got to experience, it was probably just the first level, but you just throw trash blocks. That was it. So I'm not looking forward to playing the rest of this if we ever do, but it is a lot different from the PS2 versions and like those that people actually like. I'm pretty sure that the Xbox 360 version is regarded as slop. So we didn't play enough of it, but I can comment on it. 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand. So 50 Cent had some games. Oh, yeah, we didn't play Bulletproof, but we did play Blood on the Sand. This game is just Gears of War, right? I never played Gears of War, but I think that's like what it's based on. You just run around as 50 Cent. You're in like some Middle Eastern country trying to retrieve some like treasure. And G-Unit, you know, like Lloyd Banks and like, you know, who the fuck else? Like, I think the game was already like broken up with them at this point. It's like Lloyd Banks and like, what were their names, dude? I haven't listened to them in like forever. A bunch of dudes. Tony Yayo. You know, like they're all in the game. You like drive in like military cars and like shoot people and shit. Yeah, it's like you just run around as 50 Cent and like shoot Middle Eastern humans. It's got like a plot to it. It's mid as fuck, but like, I don't know. I don't think that Eminem was in these. I don't know. Yeah, like 50 was just fucking going crazy with the merchandise. I mean, he was the biggest shit. He was the biggest thing, at least in 2003. There's literally a 50 Cent reference in SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Did you know that? When he says, "Go SpongeBob, it's your birthday." Like, that's literally 50 Cent. Because that was the biggest thing. Like, everybody was saying that. Like, "Go shawty, it's your birthday." That was like the big thing people would say in 2003. There are Terminator references in Battle for Bikini Bottom as well. But yeah, like 50 Cent was huge in 2003. And like his like Get Rich or Die Trying was so big that like they just kept fucking merchandising it. Yeah, it's a 50 reference, yeah. So he had games, and we didn't play Bulletproof, but we played Blood on the Sand. So we played like maybe a third of this game. It's not notable. It is very funny that it exists. You unlock songs for the jukebox because like his songs play during the game. But like Inda Club is like a high tier song. You gotta like get a lot of 50 points to like unlock that song, I think. I don't know. It's not notable. It's truly not notable. I'm just gonna put it like in C tier. Cause like, I don't know. It's a little uninspired. I think I'll put it like between Road Rage and Fairly Odd Parents. Breaking Down Rules. What else can we do? I guess we should talk about. We didn't play too much of Hooters. Hooters Road Trip, based on the I don't even know if Hooters is still a thing. The food chain where like it's just like women serving you in like skimpy outfits, right? They made a game called Hooters Road Trip, and you just like race. You just drive around and race. Yeah, because OnlyFans exists. Like there's like Hooters has served its purpose in slop, like society degenerating slop. Hooters Road Trip is video game slop though. Like there's no indication that this is even based on the food chain Hooters other than the softcore porn cutscenes they inject between the levels. You just drive in an unrecognizable shitbox and you get timed, I think. This game doesn't need to exist. I was so curious about it that we had to get it, and I deeply regret it. because I think that I'd rather eat like a bread and corn sandwich than consume this bland slop again in my life. It's very bad, unnotably bad. At least March of the Penguins exists, and I'm impressed that they managed to make a game out of that shit. I'm gonna put it in F tier under the Penguin. So shout outs to Morgan Freeman again. Jaws Unleashed. I guess I'll do Jaws Unleashed. This game is kind of interesting. I didn't get to play too much of it, and I think that because my brain being just disabled because of how little I was sleeping during that subathon, I'm not going to really remember much, but I remember the animations were solid, the environments were kind of cool. It doesn't really feel like a bad game. We played a little bit of it. It's kind of fun, but it still goes into like that mini game kind of tier. You know, you're just doing the same mechanics over and over and over again. It really does make you feel like you're playing as Jaws. It's fine. I don't dislike it. It was okay. No problem, Best Twitch, no problem. Yeah, I like Shadow Showdown, it's good. It's a true Jaws-like experience. Based on the Jaws movie. Movies, I guess. I've only seen the first Jaws, so I wouldn't know how many references there are in it. But it's kind of like, what is that genre of game where you're just kind of like thrown into a zone and you just destroy shit? Is it literally just called like a destruction game? It's a destruction game where you play as a shark, like Godzilla game. It's like Creature from the Krusty Krab, where you play as Plankton and you like destroy stuff while like the authorities try to take you down. It's one of those. Smash 'em up, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I could put it above any of these games that have like a plot. No, it's not a beat 'em up. Something like that. I mean, I think it definitely belongs in C tier.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Steel, thank
you
you for the SHiFT Enjoyer membership. I think it belongs in C tier, honestly. Like, is it better than these games that actually have plots developed? Probably not. I think it belongs right in the middle of C tier between 50 Cent and the Road Rage. I reckon. I think that's fine. Yeah, it's surprisingly good for what it is, but it's still, you know, surprisingly good for what it is. Honestly, like, some of these games will probably end up moving up. Because, like, we're talking about licensed games, right? Like, maybe it's like a C tier game, but like a higher tier licensed game. C tier looking like a wild lunch table. With Arthur, Simpsons, Jaws, 50 Cent, and Timmy Turner is the Nightmare Blunt rotation. Okay, let's try to get a different IP here. Polar Express for PS2. I honestly expected this to be a lot worse. Is there anything notable to say about this? I think that a good portion of this game is spent on the actual Polar Express. There's a level where you just run on top of the Express, and it just keeps going for fucking forever. This game is incredibly unmemorable. I don't know, man. Do I want to play this again? No. I think I'll put it below Road Rage. Don't have fun playing it. C tier is getting a little bit large. Quite large. You want to hear my thoughts on Cars? We played the OG Xbox version. I know there's a 360 port, which we do have. One of my fans gave me it at some point, like at a meetup. We did a speedrunning event. She gave me a copy of Cars for 360. So maybe if we play again, we can do that again. But Cars is made by the same developers who did ATV, I think. Solid game. It's literally just ATV with a Cars skin over it. It's solid. It's not very original, but it's still solid. I can't put it above these games that are actually original. I'm just going to put it in A tier, below Fairly Odd Parents. I think that's a fair placement for it. There's just truly not much to say about it. B tier under Incredible. It has decent mechanics though, man. Like I don't think it's Incredibles is like it's just so like it falls off a cliff in the second half of the game. At least this game's consistent. I don't know. Like it's a racing game, you know? It's just a racing game. How tough do you want to be on it? It's better than Road Rage. Is it? Maybe I'm being too harsh on Road Rage. Because Road Rage is kind of fun at least, but it is sort of slop. I just feel like, I don't know, like these tiers are probably going to move around a little bit. Like, would I want to play cars over any of these games? I don't really know. It's like, it's just a racing game. Let me think about this. Like, what's another example of a well-known studio like reskinning a popular game to be like a promotion for a movie? I will say at least this does not follow the plot of the movie, and it does like a unique plot. No, I like this game. I think it belongs in A tier. I'm not going to be cruel to it. It's fine. Ratatouille. I feel like a lot of people haven't even played this game because, little known fact, this is actually the rare version of Ratatouille, the Xbox OG version that was like a GameStop exclusive. We played this one on stream like 4 years ago during the subathon. Yeah, this shit's fucking mid. Super mid. Like, I know that like people like the 360 version, I think. Like, this one's even different from like the PS2 version. This is strangely like, it's like a unique version of the game. I don't know. Super fucking mid. Definitely going in C tier. I don't really even care too much where this goes. I think it's either above or below Polar Express. I'll just throw it here. Just like not very notable. I think it'll go above Polar Express. Not very good. Nah, D tier is like where we start getting really crusty. I think this is fine. But yeah, not much to say about Ratatouille. It's basically what you would expect, like platforming. I will say that like Ratatouille is kind of cool because like it's one of those games where everything's bigger than you. So like when the platforming levels are like, you know, you're like platforming in like a kitchen as a rat. But even still, like that's not really saving it, you know? I guess I'll put it above Road Rage. I think that's fine. The level design is fine, yeah, but it's not better than this game's level design, Jaws. So yeah, I put it there. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, my favorite meme game, actually. This game is funny, and it's like self-aware in the fact that it's a fucking golf game, which like, I think that golf games are some of the most boring games ever made. I'll just put that out there. Like, golf games, like, that is just true, like sports slop, dude. I'm not a big fan of golfing games. This shit's just fucking, it's self-aware of how stupid it is, and it is funny. Like, Wisdom Cube just fucking yaps the whole time, and it's like funny. It's endearing in that way. That said, though, this game does suck. It is very crusty. It is not a fun play. D tier. But it's probably my favorite D tier on this list. Apparently a rare game too. But I like it, but it's definitely not fun. I'll put it in D tier above Jimmy. Just because it's funny. That's a good placement for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Zombie Ninja Pro-Am for the PS2. South Park for the N64 and PS1. I played the PS1 version. Not a very pleasant game, especially because the turkeys have visible assholes. You just throw snowballs. It's just a first-person shooter. You just kind of go through levels and throw shit. Really don't like this game. Not fun. This game is fucking cooked, yeah. Now, granted, I played the PS1 version. Maybe the N64 version is better. I don't know. I think we played enough of it to confidently say that this is one of the most agonizing experiences I've had holding a controller in my hand. That said, like, these games are unnotable, but these games are just horrible to play and make me want to die. I'm putting it in G tier, below Shrek. I would unironically rather play Shrek than play this shit. Truly a shit game. Thankfully, I mean, Matt and Trey have actually acknowledged, like, how bad that game is, and, like, thankfully, you know, they redeemed themselves with this one. But yeah, obviously Matt and Trey were far less involved in this one. Very bad. Ed and Nettie. We'll do Ed and Nettie. The Misadventures. Excuse me. Ed and Nettie was okay. I never watched Ed and Nettie. But when I ask people how they feel about it in terms of the humor in the game compared to the show, they say that the humor is not nearly as good as it is in the show. And we played a good portion of it. I used to watch Konasumi speedrun this game like 10 years ago. Yeah. The mechanics are weird. Like the Ed switching and stuff is like kind of a fun idea. But it is kind of, it's so mid. I don't think it's very fun to play. I don't know if I'd put it in D tier, man, but it's probably somewhere in this range. It's just so fucking mid, dude. It's so mid. I think it's got more charm, like, than any of these, I guess. Like, is it above Ratatouille? Is it below Ratatouille? I think it's above Ratatouille. I don't know. My gut tells me that it belongs, like, here. Honestly, I know you guys really don't like this game, but I think it belongs above Fairly's in C tier. I think it's top of C tier. That's, like, probably a lot nicer than you were expecting, but I think it's better than all these games. Unless somebody wants to debate that with me. I think that it's top of C tier. It's fine, but like it's still not very fun. Super fucking mid. This tier is probably gonna have to get broken up, honestly. Yeah, because, like, I don't know, like, is it down here? I don't think so. I'd much rather play this than this. Family Guy. I think this game is exactly the same on PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PSP. Like, it's the exact same shit. I've played this game many times. We did a no-hit playthrough of this game. There's decent gameplay variety. The Brian sneaking levels are fine. The Stewie shooting levels are fine. The Peter beat 'em up levels are fine. Honestly, this game is fine. And it is kind of funny, too. I really don't like this. I really don't dislike this game. I truly think it's fine. It is a little silly. It's honestly kind of fun in its own, like, weird way. It's entertaining. I think it should be in B tier, but it's definitely better than Incredibles, so what I'm gonna do... It's, like, significantly better than Incredibles. So I'm gonna put it in B plus tier. Solid game for a licensed game. It's not great. It's not good, but it's definitely. You could probably say this game is. It might end up being the best of the mid games for sure. It's not bad. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So there are a couple of games that when I was a kid, I played. Oh, is Finding Nemo here? Yeah. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is one of the games that I didn't finish when I was a kid. It was this and Finding Nemo. And needless to say, when I was a kid, it turns out that I had good taste, because this game fucking sucks. This game really fucking sucks. This is an iconic playthrough on this stream because it is the first game that truly was so bad that it caused such a world-shattering ego death that I started to like Revenge of the Flying Dutchman as a game. I still like it to this day. I think that this game will truly demonstrate to you that you have not played bad games until you've played this one. This game truly is slop. This is a game that, like, the Oompa Loompas don't even function properly, and you use them the entire game to do various stupid tasks. It's basically Pikmin, but just terrible. It's just a terrible version of Pikmin. There are literally soundtracks in the game that are 6-second loops of the same choir. It's just not very good. There are some soundtracks that I kind of like in this game, but it's just la 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 in your ear while you're getting Oompa Loompas to try and do tasks that they were not programmed properly to do. This game sucks. Is it as bad as Shrek? I don't think so. Is it as pointless and terrible as these two? I don't know, man. Honestly, it's still an F tier, but it's still above these. I'm going to try refreshing this, actually, and see if the new games got added. I guess Scooby-Doo, like, we wanted a Scooby game. Here it is. Toy Story 2 got added, and Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. Am I dumb? Night of 100 Frights is on here, right? I can't find it. Wait, we do have Night of 100 Frights. Oh, here it is, yeah. Yeah, we need Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. Oh, here it is. Yeah, we'll just put it down here with Scoob. Yeah, thank you, Rumi. What else? What other IPs have we not done yet? Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I guess I could talk about Kingdom Hearts because technically it's a licensed game. People are probably going to be really disappointed when I say this, but I'm going to put it here. Not enough playtime. If I had to guess where this game would end up, it'd probably be an S tier. It could even be above Battle for Bikini Bottom, honestly. It's a Square Enix game. Is it even fair to put it on this list? Probably not. But I've played like a level or two of it, like a world or two. I just didn't play enough of the game. And when I played the game, first off, like, obviously sleep deprived because of the subathon. But that was also, unfortunately, the day when I accidentally deleted all the clips on my channel on Twitch. Like, all these, like, iconic clips of, like, the speedrunning and all the fun stuff we've done over the years. I accidentally, because you had to delete the clips because of all the licensed games having, like, licensed music and, like, the orchestra getting copyright strikes and stuff at night. Like, the classical music playing. Yeah, that was a really sad day. I was really bummed out. That was years and years. Like, that was the golden era of Battle for Bikini Bottom's, like, top clips getting deleted off of Twitch forever. Like, part of the culture on Twitch died that day. And I was really bummed out. And I liked the game, but I didn't end up playing enough of it. And I'd like to revisit it someday, but if I had to guess, it'd probably be above this game, honestly. If we played through the rest of it. Granted, like, this is still my favorite game of all time, especially for licensed games, but yeah, like, this game is just, like, it's not even fair, you know. It's just like a this shouldn't even, like, count as a licensed game, honestly. It's just a god tier game probably, so shouldn't even be there. But it is technically a licensed game, and I would say it'd probably be up here. I mean, it's like Final Fantasy, but with, like, Disney characters. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's worth it, definitely. I wasn't a Disney kid, but I've seen some Disney stuff. I can at least appreciate it. Now let's talk about another game that belongs in that same tier. Zabu Mafu for the PlayStation 1, obviously. This is just a collectathon for toddlers. I wouldn't exactly classify it as toddler slop, tot slop. But I think it's honestly worse than this game. Arthur for a little kid's game. It is truly slop. Honestly, it's just a collectathon. How mean am I going to be to this shit? I'll put it above Arthur. Honestly. It's fine. You just collect shit. It's for little kids. Why the fuck did we play this? I don't know. I truly don't know. But anyway, Barnyard. If you made it this far into the video, you're probably one of my consistent viewers, or maybe you're a new viewer who is enjoying my slop. But I will say that we are going to be playing Barnyard on the night that we upload this. We're going to be playing Barnyard on my stream. So make sure you tune in tonight for Barnyard, because it's a decently long playthrough. We're going to stream the first few chapters on YouTube. After that, you're going to have to go to Twitch to watch the rest, or Kick if you're into that. If you don't want to get ads, like I have my Kick as an option, so you guys don't have to watch ads if you hate ads. But yeah, Barnyard. Yeah, we're going to be doing like media share after the first like couple or few chapters, and on-screen alerts and stuff, like slop basically over it, so it'll be fun. Honestly, this is a game that I've kind of adjusted my opinion on over the years. It's basically just like a GTA type game where you just ride your bike instead of driving a car. It's got a fairly developed world, like a pretty large world to it. It's great exploration for a licensed game. That said though, the development time, it's kind of like Spider-Man 2 in the regard of development time was most heavily put into the development of the world as opposed to the actual gameplay. That said, it's not like the mini games are that bad. It does become very repetitive. It does get very long and drag on quite a bit. The dialogue's not great. There's like missing voice lines and stuff. Like, it'd probably be much more immersive if there were more voice lines, but there just aren't. I really don't think this game is that bad. It's very boring if you're just trying to force yourself through it in one playthrough, but I can really see it being fun as if you were just a kid with nothing better to do, And like, what else, like, a lot of these games were just things we played because we had nothing better to do. It belongs in B tier. I'll be honest. Is it above or below Incredibles? I'd rather play Incredibles. I'm putting it in B tier, below the Incredibles. I think that's a solid placement for it. It's mid, but charming. B for Barnyard. B for Barnyard. It's fine. Alright, now let's discuss another one of my favorite games. We're talking about Will Ferrell's Elf the movie on Game Boy Advance. I don't understand what they were thinking when they made this, especially because it came out a year after the movie came out. I think this game is actually partially to blame for the environmental crisis, if you're into that. Just a waste of plastic, a waste of manufacturing, industrial work, putting this on shelves. This is definitely a contribution to global pollution. This is not a fun game. There's literally a mini game in this creation of humanity, not of God, but of humanity, where you just press buttons on an elevator. It's just memory with elevator buttons, and you give like gifts to people and shit. Yeah, it's gonna go in F for feral for sure. This game actually made me feral playing it for the first time, and the 9th, 12th, and 18th times I was forced to play it. Spell New York. It is truly pathetic and horrible to play. Fuck, man. Does it even go in F for feral? At least it's short. And it is so short that it is not truly insufferable to play. G tier are games that I truly would never want the misfortune of playing again. At least not without nails in my eyes so I could actually feel something. This is going in F tier. It's going in F for feral. So I will actually rank this game, Toy Story 2, for the PlayStation 1. This is a game that I didn't play a lot of, but I played a few levels. I can kind of get the progression, a feel for the progression. This is a fantastic platformer. This game has the same elements that Ratatouille has, where the levels are like you're small in a big world, but the movement's actually fun. The collectathon's actually fun. You know, I like this game a lot. I don't really know what more I can say for it. Toy Story is a great movie, one of my favorite movies ever. Toy Story 3 actually might be my favorite Pixar movie. But it's a solid use of the IP. It's going in S tier below Battle for Bikini Bottom. Very solid fucking game. Really solid game. It could even go above Battle for Bikini Bottom, depending on how you argue it, probably. I just think that a licensed game needs to have, you know, like voice acting, and like it has to really feel like you're watching the show. That's my only issue. It is a PS1 game. Obviously, this game has much more, you know, it has greater capabilities because it was made in 2003. What year was this game? 1999, I think. Yeah, probably would have been the same year that the movie came out. Yeah, solid fucking game. Really like it a lot. This game actually has like plot elements and, you know, dialogue and stuff. This is probably the better game, but this game is really fucking solid, putting it above Spider-Man and below Battle for Bikini Bottom. Really good game. Here's a little throwback. Friday the 13th, the game. Technically a licensed game. This game had so much potential, dude. Now, a little known fact. In 2016, I grew my channel from nothing to like 2,000 or 3,000 followers, I think. In 2017, I was officially like trying to make streaming a full-time job. It was still part-time for the most part of that because I was still in school. So, I think we grew my channel to like 15 or 20,000 followers mostly, doing Battle for Bikini Bottom and integrating other SpongeBob games into the mix. But Friday the 13th was actually a very big game for me when I was in 2017. Like, I was like known for playing Friday the 13th along with Battle for Bikini Bottom. A little known fact, it's been lost to time at this point. There was an infamous encounter where I ended up in a game with Oni Plays with Jared's Giants in the call with me. And I didn't know because I had never watched Oni Plays, but he and his friends went on to work on like Smiling Friends, the show. So like this is like very, very early in the Oni Plays lore. So I encountered him in Friday the 13th, and we were trolling them and they were trolling us. And we had like we were both in like private calls like with push to talk in the chat. So we didn't really have, like, neither of us knew, like we both thought that the other party was just like stupid and annoying basically because we were both trolling. But I think that like it's like at some point during this playthrough, like Jared ended up being like I guess like triggered by one of his friends, and he started like calling him names and stuff, and that became an infamous thing on the Oni Plays lore. The angry Friday the 13th kid was Jared's Giants, just attacking like Ding Dong or something, and like one of his fans like animated Jared as like Jason, like raging and shit. This is deep down the SHiFT rabbit hole. The Oni Plays Friday the 13th trolling encounter. Truly an insane development. It was worth mentioning, but this game is a lot of fun. Really a lot of fun. I'm going to judge it based on, because it was a multiplayer game that had updates and stuff. I'm going to base this game, I'm going to judge it based on how it was during its prime when it was like a new game. It obviously didn't get finished. It got fucked over by licensing. Like the developers loved this game, but they weren't allowed to work on it because of the, I guess, like legal argument over the creators of Friday the 13th, like deciding who gets what IP, like, or what portions of the IP. This game got fucked over really badly, but it had such a good start, dude. This game was so much fun to play. So much fun to play. I don't think that it was before Dead by Daylight, but this game was very, very fun. I know that this game is technically slop because it never got finished, but as far as licensed games go, I think it's an A tier above Harry Potter. Like, I'm just saying, man, like, this game apparently is a really, really good licensed game as far as, like, including references from the movies, and, like, the camps are just so much fun to, like the first time you play this game back in 2017, like, this game was electric, dude. This game was truly electric for the time that it came out. Very fun game, but you had to be there for it. And I'm just going to judge it based on that because it's the only game on this list that actually was, like, you know, like a multiplayer update game. So funny. Yeah, the trolling was so much fun. Like, hiding behind the bookshelf or whatever in the bathroom and, like, trolling Jason. The updates were good. It was just a fun game. A-tier licensed game. Very fun game, dude. Memories. And we brought it back and we played it on, like, private lobbies later. Yeah, you done good, Friday. You had a good run. Brats! Brats! This is another one of the society degenerating slop releases for the PlayStation 2. This game might be partially responsible for most Zoomer women being insufferable. I have great issue with, I mean, like, there are games you can make for girls, because this is back when girls didn't play video games as much. There are games you can make for girls that are far more, like, less psyop level as this game. Like, if you want to ruin your daughter, like, just give them a copy of this shit. I don't even know why we played this. I think I got forced to play it during the subathon by, like, the dude who was scamming me with the turkey subs. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even go as far to say that, like, you just do girl things in this game. You just do, like bitchy things. Like, it's just training your daughter how to be, like, an NPC whore. So I just don't really, I don't think it's like too terrible of a game in terms of, like, mechanics. I don't really know how to even grade it. It's just bad. This is probably the most misogynistic ranking I've had, but, like, understand that, like, it's not misogyny when, like, I do feel that, like, it's such a lazy, like, men's interpretation of, like, what a girl would like to play. So it's actually the exact opposite of misogyny. It's just, like, I wouldn't want, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want her playing this, you know? Like, it's just go around, you kind of just go around being, like, an insufferable bitch the whole time. You, like imagine if, like you're raising a daughter, because that's kind of like what I'm basing some of these games on, like Arthur and Zabu, right? You're raising a daughter, and, like, you teach her from a young age that, like, what girls do is, like, walking around, going shopping all day, and, like, getting people's numbers, and just, like, over socializing. Like there's so much more to life than being a girl, than doing this shit, I'm sure. D tier. I just think that this game is harmful to society. Yeah, but, like, why do you like that as little girls, though? There are probably much better life lessons that can be taught than, like, it's the same problem that I have with, like, kids playing, like, GTA, right? Like, little boys playing GTA. Fashion and spending money and, like, getting people's numbers, like, it's just so, like, it's just so obviously a man's interpretation of, like, what that is. But I guess I'm not a girl, so I wouldn't know. But I'll tell you that my rating is based on, like, I wouldn't want my kid playing this game, right? There are so many other games that, like for example, like Animal Crossing, right? I want my daughter playing a game like Animal Crossing where you, like, go around like befriending people and like helping the town and like being a good citizen. It's like cute and they're animals and like you get to like experience like nature and stuff like, and like you do fashion, but it's like encouraging creativity. Like you create your own fashion. You're not just buying fucking like clothes. Like you know what I mean? There are actual good games that are like feminine that are not this. This game is just fucking slop. This is society degenerating slop, right? Like if I wanted to ruin a generation, I'd just like put a girl on like Britney Spears and Bratz, which is actually what happened. So I'm putting it in D tier. Accelerationist video game. Yeah, like exactly. I'm putting it in D for don't let your kids play this shit. Yeah, like if I had a daughter, I'd want her playing like Animal Crossing, like Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know, like games like that. Not this shit, dude. Not this shit. Absolutely not. Cat in the Hat. Yeah, when I think of the Cat in the Hat, I just think of fucking diaper jokes, honestly. The VOD's on the VOD channel, by the way, if you're curious. Cat in the Hat, honestly, wasn't even like a notably bad game. It wasn't notably bad. It's definitely in this mid-tier. I don't even think... Was Mike Myers actually in the game? I don't even know. It's not notable. It's not doing anything special. It's somewhere here between like around like Road Rage and like Ratatouille. It's just so mid. I'll put it here above Road Rage. There's nothing to say about it. It's just a 2D platformer. It's so fucking mid. Okay. Tigger's Honey Hunt. Now, little known fact, this is actually the first actual video game that I played growing up. There was a PC port. And I really do think this is a solid game for kids. It's short. It's just a little platformer. It has voice acting. Well, actually, there are different versions of the game. Like there's a version of the PS2 that doesn't have voice acting. But I'm going to talk about the voice acting section. Solid animations. Solid movement. It's linear. But it's easy to go back and get things if you want to. The art style is really nice. I like this game, man. Like, it's a good game. It's a good game, dude. Like, it's like... This is also a game that if I had a daughter or a son, this is probably the first game I'd let my kid play. This is a great introduction to video games. Really, really solid game, dude. I feel like I'm kind of ignoring South Park here. Like, I'll just, like, as a game, like, I think I'd honestly, like, this is probably the most steaming take I've had all night. I think I'd rather play this game than Stick of Truth. It's just a, like, especially like a kid, right? I'd probably rather play this game as a kid than I'd rather play Stick of Truth as an adult. I'm just going to put it in S tier. That is probably, like, this is probably just, like, peak nostalgia ranking here. But I really do think this is an S tier game for kids. I think it's plenty fair. Where would you put it? Because, like, it's just a really solid game for kids. I don't know, dude. Because, like, it's hard ranking some of these because, like, obviously, like some of these games are for toddlers and stuff, right? We have to grade it based on the target audience that's playing it. This is not a game that I recommend for kids, for you to play as an adult. But, like, this is a really good game for kids. Maybe S tier, like, an S tier kids game. Like, there needs to be, like, a separate ranking for this. It's the same thing with, like, the educational games, right? Like, it's hard to, like, you can't put SpongeBob typing in a tier. But, like, there's no game that I would rather my kid play than this. Like, starting off in life as a gamer. You know? Like, we put Friday in A tier, dude. If we're being... Alright, so, like, it's an S tier kids game, right? But it's also playable for adults. Like, adults can play this game, too. As an adult, I still think this game is solid. As an adult, it's short. It's fine. I think it belongs here as an adult. It's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of a platform where you just jump around and collect stuff. But for a kid, for a kid's game, it's better than that. Because like a little like a 4 or 5-year-old is not playing any of these games. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But they may not be finishing them. You think it's better than Family Guy? Family Guy does fall off a cliff toward the end. I don't know. Like, would I rather play this than Incredibles? As a kid, like, I will say that, like, this is a low ranking for this game as far as how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But it is a fantastic game for kids. Like, if you have kids and you want them to get into video games, like, it teaches you mechanical skills while also being very, like, straightforward and easy and, like, fun for, like, kids. It's and the art style is really nice, too. Like, I think that all the games in this tier are, like, slightly above mid, but they're carried by the art style and the atmosphere. This game's entertaining. Family Guy is an entertaining game. Like, I have fun playing it, but yeah, it does get, like, a little... Yeah, maybe it really is in the same tier here. Yeah. I think this is pretty fair. They probably really are in the same tier here. Yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. Like, you can't put it as high as these, because these are actual games that are enjoyable by anybody. I think that only being, like, that enjoyable as a kid inherently puts this lower. But if we made a ranking for, like, games that you should let your kids play, then this would be a lot higher. That could actually be a fun ranking, actually. But I don't have kids yet, so I probably want to wait for that, because I'm not an expert. Drake and Josh! For the Game Boy Advance. We played a little bit of it. This is just slop. we only played the Drake levels where you just... Alright, so it's like, they're like what is it, like a dungeon-based game? Like, the dungeons are like the school levels where you sneak through school as Drake. And you have to manipulate women. You have to, like, charm women to, like, open doors for you. Because, like, that's Drake's defining characteristic, is just, like, getting girls. And you, like, sneak past, like teachers and stuff. We didn't play enough of this game, but I can confidently say, is it like, I don't know. Do we have to play enough of this game? Do we have to? I think it'll just go here. It's basically just March of the Penguins slop. Slop. Man vs. Wild, based on the hit TV show Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls. And yes, you can drink your own piss in this game. It crashed. It was a really bad, like, it crashed my 360 dashboard when we played this shit. This game is definitely not good. Definitely not a good game. It's probably below mid. Survival type game where you have, like, different, like, you have to, like, pitch tents and, like, build shelters and stuff. It feels strangely boxed in for what should be an exploring game. To its credit, I don't really know how you make a game based on this, but the fact that it exists, we still have to be critical of it. It probably belongs in this tier. I think this is perfect. Above Bratz, below Jimmy Neutron. I think this is where it belongs. Yeah, that game's not good. Watch the Man vs. Wild playthrough on my replay channel, if you haven't. But make sure you watch it without headphones. Finding Nemo. This is basically the bad swimming levels of games, but it's the entire game. You swim through rings, and you like pick up pebbles and like carry them across like linear maps. And like some levels are like strangely confusing, and they're like jigsaw puzzles, just filled with jigsaw puzzles. This game is truly horrible. Fun fact, this game is developed by the same developers who went on to create Lego Star Wars, and if you look at the pause menu in the game, it's the same pause menu that is used in a lot of the Lego Star Wars games. So there's a fun fact. So clearly they got better at making games at some point. But yeah, I would never hope that my worst enemy had the misfortune of playing this game at any point. I would rather play Charlie, probably. This is truly trash. Truly fucking trash. It's only going here because it's like playable and finishable, as opposed to these, which is just like, why? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Honestly, this is such accelerationist slop. Like, this is truly just like society degenerative slop, and it's so mid at the same time. Like, I think I put the switch these, like, Hooters goes below Elf. This is literally just softcore porn injected in between unmemorable driving levels. Like, this is truly just fucking peak trash. Tony Hawk's Underground, technically a licensed game because Tony Hawk licensed his likeness to it, I guess. This game's fucking great. Really fun game. Knight, thanks for the 39 months.
Are you telling me Hooters isn't S?
Yes. Well, it's S, but it's S for slop. So it's going in the slop tier, below G, if anything. Slop. Tony Hawk's Underground is a great game, really fun to play. Still, like, it kind of feels like Toy Story, where you just get missions from random people and stuff, and then you do, you know, like a Toy Story of like the extreme sports games. All of these games are really good, dude. It's hard to really rank them. This game is just such a fun playground. It's still a playground game, though. I feel like it goes here. I think it goes below Spider-Man PS1. Maybe we'll move it later. Tony Hawk's Underground going in S tier with these games. These are all games that I would recommend to play. I think that's fair. Rugrats Royal Ransom. Made by Avalanche Studios. Same as, I think, the same ones that some of the PS1 games for Rugrats. Same studio that made Hogwarts Legacy, which I'd never played. Honestly, this game's fine. It's mid. At least I feel something playing it. Little jank, little laggy. Probably more fun to play than Barnyard. I don't know. It's probably somewhere around here, between like around like the Tigger's Honey Hunt. It's just very like, I don't know, whatever. Like, it's got some nice exploring elements. The worlds are kind of big to explore. There actually is a lot to do in this game. And it has difficulty settings too, so it's probably playable as an adult as well. I don't know, man. I feel like Barnyard's better though. Like, Barnyard's probably better. Maybe I put it in C tier above Ed. C tier above Ed and Nettie. I think it's better than Ed, yeah. I think it's better than Ed. Doesn't belong in this tier, though. I think that voice acting really helps a lot of these games. Like, Barnyard is very high for a game that does not have a lot of voice acting in it. Like, this is a very generous placement for Barnyard. I never played that, no. I don't even remember that movie, dude. Alright. Play with the Teletubbies. So I'm going to have a very similar comment on this one as I do for Bratz. I would never let my kid play this game. Melon, thanks for 77 months. I think that, like, I would credit this game. I played this game when I was a toddler. I would probably credit this game, like, a lot of my mental issues that I have, I would credit to this game. This is not like other toddler games where, like, they're, like, somewhat educational. This is, like, actually just garbage. Like, this is, like, really, I don't even know, like, even as a kid, like, I don't even know if I found this game fun. Like, kids are smarter than we let on, dude. Like, even a 3-year-old would probably be bored playing this game. This is, like, truly slop, and I don't think I would want my kid playing it. I'm actually going to make a new tier for this one, because it's just such a non-game that we're just going to have to call it Tot Slop. This is toddler slop. Like, this isn't even a video game. Tot Slop. Garfield's Lasagna World Tour. I forgot which... This was made by the same... I think this was actually made by the same developers, like Behavior Interactive. Same developers as Dead by Daylight, I think. Let me actually check on that. It was developed by... Oh, I was actually wrong. Blast Entertainment. I was wrong. There was another game that Behavior developed. Oh, Hero Pants was the one that Behavior developed. They developed Hero Pants in the year after they did Dead by Daylight, I'm pretty sure. But Garfield, we didn't play enough of it. Not a good impression, though. Not fun. Voice acting is terrible. It makes you depressed listening to it. The levels are, like, weird and jank, but, like, yeah, I don't know. We didn't play enough of it. We didn't play Mr. Bean for PS2, but we did play it for the Wii. Mr. Bean's Wacky World. It is worth noting that for this game, I was playing with a fucked up Wiimote, so the movement was definitely a lot worse than it should have been. But, ignoring the movement, this really is just an asset dump game. It is not even an original game, actually. It's a reskin of a game called, Agent Hugo Lamoon Twist or something. So it's a reskin. It's not even original. It's just a bunch of assets thrown into a map. A lot of annoying video game tropes, like injecting, like, hedge mazes to, like, pad for time. This game sucks. Truly terrible. It also just goes on forever. You're just looking under, like, flower pots for, like, puzzle pieces to complete your puzzles. I played this on, like, no sleep. That said, though, I had enough energy to tell that this is a terrible game. I still feel like I'd rather play this than Shrek, though. So it's going in G tier, but it's going above Shrek. Definitely. Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. Metroidvania-type platformer developed by Heavy Iron Studios. This is the one that came before Battle for Bikini Bottom. So similar engine to Battle for Bikini Bottom. Solid Scooby-Doo game. The Scooby snack requirements are a little ridiculous, though. Collecting thousands of biscuits in my gluttonous dog game. It's a solid game, though. It's got a nice charm to it. I like the music a lot. It's just a kind of a relaxing game to play. Is it that fun to play? Would I rather play it than any of these? I don't know. I think I'll put it here. I'll put it above Cars and below Fairlies. Yeah, it's an A tier license game for sure. But I think it's below. I don't know, man. It's better than Fairlies, honestly. Because there's a lot of exploration in this game, and I kind of like the laugh tracks too. Like it literally has random generated laugh tracks. It's charming in a weird way. It's fine. It's fine. Would I rather play this than this? I think so. In like a relaxed setting, maybe. It could even go here. Above Madagascar. Man. My gut tells me it belongs above Madagascar. I don't think it's better than this one, Harry Potter, but it's above Madagascar in my opinion. There's a lot to do in the game. Like, the Scooby requirements are really annoying, but like, it's really fun to explore and like unlock the map. It's fine. Yeah, it's Heavy Iron Studios. Yeah, it's the one before this one. Yeah, Scooby's fine. I like it. Hell's Kitchen for the Wii. Hell's Kitchen. I kind of strangely have fun playing it, but it gets old quick. Definitely not F tier. I think maybe like here. Below Jimmy Neutron and above Man vs. Wild. It's like it's like a weird take on Diner Dash. Yeah, I think this is fine. D tier. There's really not much to say about this game. D tier. So, that'll be that. No, it's just the same game over and over again, but like faster paced, and like they add like dishes like to prepare. Okay, the B movie, we played a little bit of this. This is also in that era of licensed games where like every fucking game has like an open world, open concept. They always have like an open hub world in these games in this era. Like even like the Simpsons movie game, Simpsons game, forces that mold. At least for the Xbox 360 version, I think. The PS2 version of Simpsons game is more linear. I think it doesn't make you go through the hub world, which is actually, I prefer that, honestly. I prefer that. Because the hub world is pretty meh in that game. We played enough of the B movie for me to rank it, I think. It's not great. I barely even remember it. I think we played it when I was like really, really tired. I'm yawning just thinking about it. Really laggy. Mini games. Really annoying like point requirements to progress. Kind of like the SpongeBob movie game where it just makes you collect a shit ton of tokens. You gotta do mini games to like progress to get like more B points or whatever. I don't remember like what the fuck it was. It's like you work at like the Hunex thing and you gotta like get points to like promote yourself. I don't fucking remember. Unmemorable. Out of all these games, I don't know, dude. It's got a lot of like quick time events. I think I'd rather play Polar Express, honestly. That game is slop. Mid-S slop. B movie. Yogi Bear. This game's dirt. I don't know. He's not 2D platformer with 2D 2.5D platformer. Really boring and repetitive. Why is the camera so zoomed out in it too? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. This game sucks. Really fucking boring game. At least the Cat in the Hat has some like character. I don't know. I'm starting to like think we gotta like move things around. But yeah, Yogi is just like the same environments, same assets the whole time. I feel like I have dementia playing this game. Honestly, I think I'd rather play Hell's Kitchen. At least Man vs. Wild was like somewhat interesting. Yeah, I got paid $600 to play this game. I think Yogi goes here, below Man vs. Wild and above Bratz. Assuming that Man vs. Wild doesn't crash every time you play it. I think that's fine. These games just inject melatonin into my brain, even just thinking about them, dude. Chicken Little. Let's do Chicken Little. Strangely, this game is one of the games that got ported to the newer Xboxes. Like this game is playable with a disc on Xbox Series X. Insane. I really don't think this game is bad at all. You know, it's like solid visually, decent variety of gameplay. Feels fairly finished. It's enjoyable. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think I put it here. I think I put it above Madagascar and below Scooby-Doo. C+. I think that's pretty low for what's on this list. I'd rather play Chicken Little than Barnyard. For sure. It's fine, dude. It really makes you feel like you're running around as a chicken. And an ugly duck. Alright, I think we've mostly hit most of these. I guess because we did the Tot Slop earlier, we can discuss Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder, I'm not even sure if I want to rank this. It's a good game for kids. Teaches you like puzzles and stuff. Has like creative things like baking, like decorating cakes and stuff. It's a cute game for kids. It's not the same as Teletubbies, no. It's better than Teletubbies. This is a good game for toddlers. I'd let my kid... This would probably be like the first like interactive experience, digital interactive experience I'd let my kid have. So it's not going to go in Tot Slop. I'm going to do like a... I don't know. I guess like... educational tot game. Yeah, that's fine. But it's worth mentioning that... What just happened? It's worth mentioning that it is a good game for toddlers. But it is still a toddler game that I would not recommend people play if they are above the age of 3. So yeah, I let my kid play this shit. I wouldn't let my kid play this shit. That's the difference. Flushed away, didn't play enough of it. But I can assume that like from the levels we did play, it'd probably be pretty similar. Decent feeling platformer. You know, still similar thing going as you know, like Ratatouille and Toy Story, where you're small in a big world. That said, though, I don't think I played enough of it to give it a good opinion. But I had a good impression of it. If I had to guess, it'd probably be somewhere like high on C, low on B, maybe. I don't know. But you never really know how these games will fall off a cliff when you play them. So I'm trying to be clear with these games. Like how much of them I played, whether we finished them or not. There's not much more unique. Like they're like the Nicktoons games. Any more unique IPs that we haven't discussed yet? Goofy's Funhouse. What was the other game that was similar to this? Oh, Shrek Treasure Hunt. Is that on here? Yeah. Okay, so these are the same devs as Shrek Treasure Hunt. I don't remember which one came first. Goofy's Funhouse is just an interactive game where you walk around and like play with things in the house. There's no ending to it. It's just an interactive kids game. I wouldn't call it educational. I wouldn't call it slop. But I think I would call it like interactive. Yeah, interactive talk game. And I think this is a better experience playing video games than VOD the Builder, but like it's interchangeable. Like obviously, like maybe you play this when you're 4 and you play this when you're 3. Whatever. Like Bob is for like 3-year-olds. This is like Goofy is for 4-year-olds. So yeah. No, there's no ending to the Goofy's Funhouse. You just like explore the house, but I'd probably let my kid play it. I'd probably give it to my kid to play. Like, I'd let my kids play these games, not this shit, though. Teletubbies is degenerative, societally degenerative slop. Like, the Wiggles were cool. Sesame Street was fantastic. Teletubbies is how you give your kids brain damage. Wouldn't recommend it. Okay, we do have a lot of SpongeBob games on here, so we should probably start getting to them soon. But I do want to talk about, I guess we should probably put Fractured But Whole. I think the humor in this game is not as good as Stick of Truth. Some of it's aged a little bit, like the microaggression stuff is pretty funny. But, you know, some of it's like borderline political. Matt and Trey don't really have a super great track record with political commentary. A lot of good, like, cultural and societal commentary, but, like, from what I remember, this game had, like, some, you know, some jokes that were just, like, not very well aged. The gameplay is better than Stick of Truth. I actually really enjoy the gameplay. Tough between these two, honestly. Stick of Truth is a much more charming game. I think I'll put it below Stick of Truth for that reason. But it's worth noting the gameplay in this is a lot better. This is a better experience overall, but Fractured But Whole is a lot more fun to play with, like the grid gameplay or whatever. Yeah, I think that Stick of Truth is better, but this game is probably more fun in terms of gameplay. I love both games, yeah, but yeah, they're both similarly ranked. Okay, Family Guy. So, would you believe me if I told you, same developers as SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, actually. 2012, right? 2012, Heavy Iron Studios. Very different developers than that were on Battle. I love this game. If you don't know the lore behind this game, the developers who worked on this game at Heavy Iron Studios are big fans of fucking Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Like, there's literally quick scoping in this game. It's a fun game to play. It's funny. It's very linear. It has a respawn mechanic, so like there's no like deaths. And it's also an online multiplayer game too. Like, there are like actual like trick shots in this game. Like, people have like clips of like Brian Griffin like no scoping people across the map and shit. Yeah, sniping the Amish, and there was like a bunch of other shit that was like really funny in this game. There's like a JFK assassination level. Like it's a funny fucking game. It's a good game. But yeah, it's a third-person shooter, and it's really fun. Yeah. I wonder if it's like fucked on Steam. It'd be a fun game to play. Yeah, there's a No Russian reference. I don't even remember that. But I do know that the final area in the game has a chicken fight, you know, like the giant chicken fight, like the first, like this Family Guy game has. The chicken fight at the end of the game takes place in an airport, and the airport, as an Easter egg, is actually the exact same layout as Terminal in Modern Warfare 2. You know, the map that we were just playing like all day yesterday or whatever day we played? Yeah. Yeah, Terminal in Modern Warfare 2. They designed the airport exactly the same way, which is a pretty awesome reference to one of the greatest shooters of all time. So if you're going to make a shooter that pays homage to its predecessors, is a good licensed game, is entertaining and fun to play, this is a good-ass game. I think I'll put it here, below Tony Hawk's Underground. Good ass fucking game. Honestly, a lot of these are pretty interchangeable. Like these two could maybe be interchangeable, and these three can be interchangeable. But yeah, good ass game, high recommendation, fun gameplay. That's what really separates the S tier from the A plus tier, is that the gameplay and references or whatever, like, these are all games that are very fun to play. I don't think I'd recommend South Park games to anybody who doesn't like South Park already. But I'm sure they're very enjoyable. Like, it's still South Park, it's funny. But these are games I'd recommend to play regardless of who you are. These are good games. I guess we should just, like, continue on with the heavy hitters, right? Simpsons Hit and Run. As a linear first-time playthrough, it does get pretty repetitive. But that said, it's fun. There's a lot of stuff to explore. The maps are large. There are only a few. They reuse the same 3 maps in all 7 levels. Easy S tier for sure. Great game. A lot of Simpsons references. Very fun. Fuck, dude. I think it's here. I think it's below Battle, but above the others. Simpsons Hit and Run has a lot more source material to work with than Battle for Bikini Bottom for sure. It had 10 extra years of runtime. It's a good game. It's moderately challenging. Very fun game. But I can't put it above Battle for Bikini Bottom because it doesn't feel very finished. There's less to do in it, objectively. It's a lot of the same missions recycled. The animations don't really hold up very well. Like, all the characters literally animate the exact same way. Which does get, like, it kind of becomes a glaring thing over the course of the game's runtime. Where it's aged. It's aged quite a bit more than Battle for Bikini Bottom and Toy Story, in my opinion. But it's still more fun to play than Toy Story. It's a really solid game, though. It's like the exploration elements are very, very fun. I have a lot more fun exploring in that game than I do in Battle for Bikini Bottom, I think. But maybe that's just me saying that because I played Battle, like, way more. But they're both games I played a lot when I was a kid. You know? Like, they're both really fun games. All the cars in Simpsons are references to the actual cars in the show. Really, really solid licensed game. And it kind of blends GTA elements with... A lot of people say that it's a GTA clone. It's not quite. It has a lot of, like, collectathon elements, too. It's fun. It's a fun game. It's probably better than Toy Story, I would say, but not as good as Battle. Battle has so much more variety in the environments, and the movement is so much better. The gameplay is definitely better. Like, it's kind of close, honestly, but as a first playthrough, this is definitely better. This game really is above the other ones because of all the extra gameplay, like the trading card collecting and the car collecting and exploration. But it's fun. Honestly, it might even be a little bit high, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine, honestly. The worlds are big and fun to explore. Doing a lot for what it is. But yeah, especially what sticks out like a sore thumb in this game, Simpsons, is how level 7, like, half the map is finished, and it's the same mission over and over and over again. Like, you can tell the game is rushed. You can't tell this game is rushed, Battle. You can't tell if Battle for Bikini Bottom is a rush game, but it is obvious that Simpsons is a rush game. But that said, for a rush game, really, really good game. Probably the second best game on this list. A lot of fun to play. I guess we could hit Simpsons game as well. A lot of people when I was growing up did not like this game because it wasn't... They expected Simpsons Hit and Run 2, but it wasn't. Very different kind of game. But this game is absolutely hilarious, and it is a joy to play. The mechanics, the gameplay mechanics aren't great. I think it's the same thing as Family Guy, where like the PSP port is the exact same, pretty much. Solid game, but the gameplay is lacking. This being funny does not make up for its gameplay not being too great, and for that reason, I will put it at the top of B, above Family Guy, just because it's a funnier game. But these two, Family Guy and Simpsons, as in like the Family Guy game and the Simpsons game, they're essentially just the same thing. But this gameplay is slightly better, but they're both funny, so I'll put them together. Same types of games. Anything above B tier are games that are actually fun to play. Yeah, there's less gameplay variety in this too, but like none of these games have gameplay variety, really. Like, you get like sliding and bungees and platforming in this game, but all of these games in S tier are really, really good at doing one or two things. But that's all you need, right? Like, why do we play Modern Warfare 2 over like Black Ops 2, right? Because the quickscoping is fucking amazing. The trick shots are amazing. Quickscoping in Modern and Black Ops 2 is also really, really good too. But it's not quite like Modern Warfare 2. Like, the games that I'd rather have a game that's 10 out of 10 for one element than a game that's like 8 out of 10 for multiple elements, right? Like, you gotta min-max that shit. A lot of these games I'm playing for one thing. Like, what puts these games above the others, though, is how fun it is to explore the environments. It's hard to really nail that in a game. Arthur's Absolutely Fun Day. It's a Game Boy Color game. I'm not going to be too hard on it. It's very short. But if Arthur's idea of fun is shelving books at the library, I wouldn't say this is an absolutely fun day. I would say that this is actually I would say that it's an absolutely D tier day. And I'll put it here, between Hell's Kitchen and Man vs. Wild. Failed brainwashing tier. Well, at least it teaches kids how to be responsible, I guess. Sort of. Okay. Monsters Inc. for PS2. Crusty platformer. Nothing much more noteworthy. I guess it's better than Jimmy. Yeah. Nothing to say about it other than that. Truly not a noteworthy game. Let's hit the Jimmies. Jimmy Neutron, Negatron. Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron. By the way, the box art for this is literally just the same character model flipped around with like a beard on it. For Game Boy Advance, we actually did play a little bit of this one. This game actually made me nauseous playing. Maybe I was being harsh on it. I guess we'll say not enough playtime. But wow, that game was fucking putrid. Like, not enough playtime with a possible G tier. Because, like, wow. Bad. Honestly, fuck it. Who cares? G tier. I'd rather play South Park than play this shit again. Like wow, truly. I gave it a -1 rating, yeah. Deserved. Alright, let's hit one that we actually like. Spider-Man 2. This is the first, based on the Sam Raimi movies. I always forget his name. Who... What the fuck? Bruce Campbell, that's his name. He's always in these Sam Raimi films. Bruce Campbell narrates this game. It's a big open world New York City jungle gym type game where There are various like challenges, like feats you can do, like jumping on like different buoys and buildings and climbing skyscrapers and finding criminal hideouts. Like, this is a fun fucking game to explore. The story mode is a little lackluster, kind of like Simpsons Hit and Run. Like the story missions are really not too amazing. Some are memorable, but a lot aren't. But this game is fucking legendary. This is the first game where the web's actually attached to the buildings. Like it like got like a true like playground engine. I would love to see custom hacks of this game if there aren't already, because the movement in this game, like, they truly put a lot of effort into it. This game is developed by Treyarch. The same, also good night, have a good night. This game is developed by Treyarch, the same development studio that did Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Like, you know it's a solid game. You know it's a fucking solid game. 2004, by the way. Spider-Man 2, although the story missions get a little bit repetitive toward the end, much like Simpsons, is a really fun game to play. Some of the most fun I've had playing a game. This is truly putting gameplay over story, the game. The voice acting falls really, really limp, though. It's got mopey Toby in it. Tobey Maguire is like in the game, but he's like very mopey the whole time. The NPCs are pretty, you know, eh. The graphics have aged poorly. I said Simpsons characters and shit like that have aged a little poorly too. But this game has definitely aged a lot more than Simpsons has. Extremely monotone, yeah. But it is really, really fun to play and explore and run around. This is some of the most fun I've had playing a game, and gameplay is chief. So, I still think that the Spider-Man PS1 is better overall as a single player experience, but let's be real, man. If I wanted to just pick up a game and play it for fun, like just to entertain myself, I think I'm gonna turn this game on over Spider-Man 2000. Spider-Man 2000 is a better overall concise experience. It's hard to really put this over this game though, because like we have a dilemma here, right? Very similar game to Simpsons in terms of like the story missions feeling a little most of the time, but the exploration is fun. Simpsons really shines with the references and humor and voice acting. It feels like a much more complete experience, so it's not above Simpsons. Toy Story, for being on the PS1, probably is more fun to play than this. Honestly, I think it goes here. But I really do love this game, I will say. This is one of my favorites in this tier. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 is a really, really fun game. This is actually the game that inspired the movement in Spider-Man PS4. Which I guess I'll say, didn't play enough of it. Where is it here? Spider-Man PS4, didn't play enough of it. Played a bit of it. But my impression was, it feels watered down. I'm sure that, like, it's probably similar to, like, Simpsons in terms of how well it weaves in the references to the comics and all the Spider-Man media, but didn't play enough of it. But it feels, like, watered down compared to this experience of Spider-Man 2 for PS2. I'm sure it's really good as, like, a Spider-Man experience, but I just wasn't really that impressed with the gameplay, honestly. But solid though. Definitely inspired by the developers said they were inspired by this. What is this, Insomniac, right? One of the I think the lead game designer of Battle for Bikini Bottom ended up at Insomniac, so he probably ended up lead game design of this game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, probably ended up working on this game, Spider-Man PS4. But yeah, didn't play enough of it. Where would I probably put it? I imagine it would probably land in like A+ tier maybe. I don't know. Didn't play enough. Let's hit Jimmy Neutron. What is this? Jet Fusion. Didn't play that much of it. It felt really bland though. I had to imagine that most of the game is going to be pretty similar. I gotta imagine it's going to be like a C tier type game. I think a lot of the enemies were just like copy and pasted and shit. Really fucking meh. I don't know. Is it here? Below B movie? Above B movie? Pretty similar. I guess I'll put it above B movie. This game is just filled with quick time events and padding. So I'll put it above movie, B movie, and below Polar Express. I just don't have too much to say about it. Jimmy Neutron Attack of the Twonkies is definitely the best Jimmy Neutron experience. It's very similar to the ones up here, Battle for Bikini Bottom and Simpsons, where it really does feel like you're playing through an episode of Jimmy Neutron. Good voice acting, the models and animations are close enough to what the show is like for sure. Solid experience, but the gameplay is not too great. Not too great of gameplay. If I had to put it anywhere, I'd probably put it here. I put it above Barnyard, below Tigger's Honey Hunt. So yeah, that is a solid placement, I think, for Jimmy. But yeah, it's basically just Luigi's Mansion, but with Jimmy Neutron. And the bosses are kind of mid and annoying to deal with. But at least I feel somewhat of something playing this. Barnyard is just way too laid back for me. It's too long. SpongeBob games, I guess we could just do like the one that we didn't talk about last time. SpongeBob Underpants Slam is just a Creature from the Krusty Krab asset flip by Blitz Games, where you just collect underpants in a 2D, like tiny ass, like little arena, and there are like a few different arenas and different characters. This game is truly slop. I just feel nothing playing it. Honestly, I don't even feel comfortable ranking this. I'm just gonna make another row. Let's call it slop. It's not even like a real full game. Can't even read that. Let's call it slop. Slop. True slop. True slop game. Just like 360 arcade game. Slop. Shrek the Fairy Tale Freakdown. This is a Game Boy Advance, or Game Boy Color, excuse me. Game Boy Color beat 'em up, like fighting game or whatever. No, it's just a fighting game on the Game Boy Color. I don't even know if it has multiplayer. Probably doesn't. This game doesn't function. Truly terrible. Yeah, it does not function. Like, wow. This is one of the first games that we just couldn't even finish playing because it just didn't function. So it's going here. Put it down, all the way down here. This is truly a miserable experience. Nothing more to say for it. Dysfunctional video game. Let's hit Harry Potter for PC. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for PC. Linear game that follows the plot of the movie, but it does have an open hub world where the levels branch off of, unlike the first Potter game for PC, where it's just a series of linear levels back to back to back. This game does have a bit of an open, like, return to previous levels element. It's a good experience. Like, it's probably a more, like, tied together experience than the first Potter, but I will say that the environments in this game are a little bland. Despite the movement not having tank controls, like being better to like move around in and play, you can cast spells while walking in this game, unlike the first game. But it really suffers from the lack of environment. I guess diversity or just like color palette is just not as good in this game. But it's fun. It's a fun game, definitely. I've always thought the first one was better, honestly. I always thought the first one was better, especially because the first one is accomplishing more of, like, it set the stage for this one to improve on it, and I don't think that Potter 2 is improving on this one enough to say that it's better. And I don't really care for the hub world being, like, it's fun to explore and collect wizard cards and stuff, and the wizard cards, like, in this game, there are way more of them, and they have, like, different purposes, like, the bronze wizard cards, like, there are different tiers. Unlike the first game where they're just one type of wizard card, there are tiers in this game where there are bronze wizard cards. You collect them to improve your health bar, your health meter. There are silver wizard cards that unlock the gold wizard card challenge. And the gold wizard card challenge is like a final challenge that's like timed where you collect gold wizard cards. And if you collect all those, you get the final wizard card. Just like this game where if you collect all the wizard cards, you get one final one at the end. This game is really fun. It's probably similar to Simpsons, where you like collect a lot of like literally you collect trading cards in the game and explore these open areas and the levels you can return to as well. And for the levels you can't return to, you can buy the cards that you missed. So I never played Futurama. I do own it. I own a physical copy of that game actually, which is probably my most valuable game in terms of like what people will pay for it these days. But yeah, this game is solid, but I just feel like all these games up here are much more tied together. They have better references and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. Something about this game is like, the Potter games are really solid, but they are a little bit lacking in terms of dialogue, and they're definitely more fun than these. They're definitely A-tier games. Honestly, Friday the 13th doesn't belong above these games. I think it belongs here. Still a fun game, but Potter belongs at the top of A-tier in my opinion. Yeah, I was saying about the wizard cards with Potter 2 on the PC is like, I much prefer the format in the first one because there aren't as many of them and they feel so much bigger to get. And there are actually animations for each card that you get. Like I know, like we're speedrunners, right? Like people who watch speedrun streams would probably think that like it's really annoying to see the same spatula animation, collection, celebration over and over and over. But when you're actually playing the game for fun, I like it when the collectibles feel like a big deal. And they feel like a much bigger deal in the first Potter game than the second one. So I still think that the first one is better than the second one on the PC. And we're just going to roll with that. But yeah, I could talk a lot about these games. I've played the Potter games so much. But this game is really fun to move around in. For sure. But they're solid. They're solid. Fun to explore. But this game is just more fun to explore. But they're both solid. Okay. Shrek 2. A lot better than the first one. It's a beat 'em up, multiplayer beat 'em up game. We almost finished it. We got like pretty deep into it, almost to the end, before we ran out of time in the subathon 4 years ago. It's mid though. It's a mid beat 'em up. I think I'd rather play Barnyard. I'll put it in B tier, below Barnyard. I think that's fair. Not much more to say for it. Alright, we're getting to like a lot of SpongeBob games now. I'll just do Volcano Island for the Game Boy Advance. Game's really fun. It's not going to go up here with these games. Obviously, it's just a Game Boy Advance game, but it's a fun game. Really enjoyable. Good mechanics, competent 2D platformer. I'm sure a lot of people missed this one, so I'd recommend playing it if you missed it. But it's fun. It's still a Game Boy Advance game, though. I think I'd still put it in A tier. It's probably more fun to play than Cars. I don't know if I'd rather play it than this. No, this game actually was really, really fun, though. My gut tells me it goes here. I had a lot of fun playing this game. right? I think this is good. I think this is very fair. Maybe even this one is like a little bit too high. Friday. I think Friday goes here. This is better. It's Harry Potter's, Volcano Game Boy, Scooby-Doo, and then Friday. I think that's fine. Because like Scooby-Doo does have a lot of exploration. It is a fully realized game. This never got finished. Friday never got finished. I still like had fun playing it though. I think that like past that, like, well then again, like these games are kind of like new tier. I'm doing B+ tier. B+ tier is going to be these games. I think that's solid. Scooby probably belongs here though. Yeah, so these games are all A tier. Solid fun games. These are B+ tier. The best of the mid. Yeah. I think that's good. I like that. Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. Crash Bandicoot clone. Not very notable. I have some memory of it when I was a kid. We never played it on stream though. Same with Road Rage actually. We never played that on stream either. Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. There's really not much more to say for it. Based on the Cyber Chase movie, which I really, really enjoyed, that wave of Scooby-Doo movies in the early 2000s. Great. I think they actually outsourced the animation to like Japan. Which like Japanese animation is like usually pretty high quality. It's probably a big reason why it was so enjoyable. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. The game is mid though, for sure. I don't know. I know I haven't played it in a very long time, but if I had to guess, I would probably put it like right here, around Road Rage. Interesting. Maybe. And I guess like we're gonna try to keep this shorter, so like a lot of these SpongeBob games we talked about, so we'll save them for last because people have already seen that tier list, but people will probably be curious as to where the SpongeBob games fit in with the other games. Because like a lot of these games are not like noteworthy. We'll do the noteworthy SpongeBob games though. Shrek, again. Shrek Treasure Hunt. Wow, what a putrid game. We played this on a backward compatible PlayStation 2. Well, they all are, obviously, but we played it specifically on the model of PS2 that's like better for playing PS1 games than the other ones. And even still, this shit's whack, dude. Like, there are like timed missions where 1 second, like the frame rate is so bad that like every 5 seconds, 1 second on the timer passes. Like it's like 5 FPS gameplay. This game is fucking cooked. Same developers as Goofy's Funhouse. It's a very short game where you just like explore a world, collect stuff, and do mini games. Honestly, I think it's above like it's still F tier, but like it's above Charlie and Nemo. This game is hilarious though. Shrek Treasure Hunt is a hilarious game because it is so insanely scuffed. Longest short game ever. Yeah. Would I rather play this? Honestly, Bratz needs to go lower, dude. I think Bratz goes lower. Bratz should be an F tier under Nemo. Game is so cooked, dude. What a nothing game. It's harmful to society, harmful to young girls. Shrek Super Party, I think that's what it's called. Unmemorable party game, a little confusing. I don't know. Like here somewhere. Like whatever. I guess I didn't play this game enough. Like, I didn't even play with friends, so not even gonna rank it, but like it'd probably go in like D tier. Like I said, like I'd like Animal Crossing. Better game for girls than Bratz. Alright, GeForce Peak. But I wanted to include it. Because we didn't play it, but I wanted to include it. But yeah, we still have yet to pop the GeForce. I just wanted the GeForce reference on here. It's been quite a meme. Alright, let's knock out the Potter games. So I'm actually going to rank the Harry Potter for the PS2 first. I've played enough of this game and watched enough of this game. Have I, though? Honestly, like... The Potter console games are very different than the PC games. And I will say that I don't think I've played enough of this game to really give a good rating to it. If I had to guess, it's probably going to go somewhere in B tier. Like, it'd probably go like here, or here, or here. Like, below, maybe even like here. Like, honestly, this could go like anywhere in B tier. I just haven't played enough of it to know. Yeah, Potter 2 for the console. I just don't think I can rank it. But I did play this one quite a bit. Potter for the PS1 actually released after Potter for the this is Potter for the PS2 that was released after Potter for the Alright, I'll start over. This is Philosopher's Stone. The other one's Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets came first. This one was released after. It was a 6th gen port because the original Potter 1 for PlayStation 1, which I haven't played either, and a lot of people love that game, so I should play it at some point. That game came out with the release of the movie of Philosopher's Stone. This version of Philosopher's Stone was released after Chamber of Secrets. This is actually an asset flip of Chamber of Secrets. So it's the first Potter game made off of the second one. Really weird. So like Potter for Chamber of Secrets for PlayStation 2 was original, but Sorcerer's Stone for PlayStation 2 is not original. And this happens to be the one that I played more on stream. I actually played this one on stream. Fully through. I technically played Potter for the PS2 fully on stream, but we were doing slop strats, or we were just using the pause menu to skip the whole game. So we didn't actually like really play it. So technically I've beaten that game and not this one. But Potter Philosopher's Stone for the PlayStation 2 is just a lazy asset flip with a shit ton of reused assets. It's not as fun. That said, like, how cruel do I want to be to this, though? Right? I'd still probably rather play it than, like, most of these games. I guess here, we'll put it in C tier between Jaws and Ratatouille. Oh, Eminem's Shell Shocked. Would you be able to add that, Rumi? I think we played enough of that game. It's just a Crash Bandicoot clone. I'll probably just throw it in, like, next to the other Crash Bandicoot clone. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban for PlayStation. Oh, could you also get the PC version of Azkaban as well? We only have the console version. Console version of Azkaban is probably the best of the 3 console games before they started getting really bad. Because I played Goblet of Fire when I was a kid and I did not like that game. And the other ones I just never experienced. They become like 3D shooters later. Or third-person shooters, excuse me. But Potter for the PlayStation 2 Azkaban is a nice graphical update and style update over the Chamber of Secrets. Really memorable game with memorable stories in the beginning. Like the first several like nights and days of the game are really good, but it falls off a fucking cliff toward the end. Like as soon as you get to like I forgot what spell challenge it was. It's around the time that you get the dragon spell, Draconiphores or whatever. Like, because they didn't add a Draconiphores spell challenge because they ran out of time, I think. So you just crawl under a gate to get the book. And then, like, the Hogsmeade mission where you, like, fight the... Like, what was it? Do you fight, like, the Slytherin at Hogsmeade? Or, like, they're, like, ghosts or something? You're there to, like, collect, like, potion pieces in the plot of the game. I don't really remember. But it was around that time that the game really starts to become a shit ton of padding. Like, you're sneaking back and forth, like, through the different, like, levels of Hogwarts to, like, collect shit and then get back to your dorm room. They really just padded for timing with the sneaking missions. The Whomping Willows, like... unmemorable. Oh, I think it's like after the Expecto Patronum challenge, the game really starts to get like lazy, or just rushed rather. Because the first half of this game is really good, but it gets rushed, and yeah, it just kind of takes a nosedive off a cliff. So it's a really solid game, but it is not finished at all. I don't think it belongs in the B+ tier. I know some people will probably be upset about that. I think it's pretty similar to Incredibles. I like it more than Incredibles, though, where the first half is solid, the second half is meh. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, I'll put it with Incredibles. Potter 3 for the console. Oh yeah, the potion ingredients, like missions, like the side quests on the grounds to like get the ingredients or potions classes, like they drag on a bit. This game does kind of drag, but it's fun. It has a good atmosphere. I like the hippogriff. Is that what they're called? Like riding the fucking bird. It's fun. Eminem's Shell Shocked is just a fucking Crash Bandicoot clone. I almost feel bad for asking you to add this shit. Slop. Cyber Chase is probably more fun, but probably biased because I haven't played it since I was a kid. It's probably Slop, honestly. Let's put Polar Express above these and throw Shell Shocked here. I don't know. We really didn't play enough of this game. Probably safe to assume it's Slop, though. Okay, Azkaban for PC now. Unfortunately, quite a bit weaker than the other two PC version Potter games. You do get to play as all three of the trio in this, but I don't really care. I don't think the spell editions are really that great. It's solid. It does get rushed toward the end. At least there actually is like a full level for Time Turner section in this. Like you actually get to run around on the grounds. Like, well, no, it's just like a contained level, I think. There is a section where you go back in time that is not just like hitting Dementors with spells. But something about this one, like it does have the open world that Potter 2 has, but why do I not like this one as much as the other ones? I just feel like it's not really adding much to what the second one established. And the plot level is like, I think it's like mostly spell challenges. I don't think there's too much plot. I don't know. Like it's a short game. It's a much shorter game. I know this is like a much more like feel-based decision, but I think it goes like here. Like in the tier below. Like maybe above Chicken Little. Cause still it feels like you're playing Potter 2, but it's just like why did I need this? Like why did I need the third one? It's just not innovating much. They just add more collectibles and shit, I guess. Like, I don't know. I still like it, but it's not like, you know, I'm not going to go out of my way to play it. If I'm going to go out of my way to play a Potter game, I'm playing the PC ones, the first two. Third PC one, I'm not going to go out of my way to play, probably. Nicktoons MLB, Sports Slop. It's just a shitty baseball game with, like, Nicktoons characters. It's going to be going in slop. I don't really feel like I want to rank it. Slop. And now we find ourselves at the games that we ranked last time, so we're going to, like, see where they fit in. We could probably keep this pretty concise. But I guess we'll just start with the notable SpongeBob games. So we're going to do Revenge of the Flying Dutchman for console. Where does this game rank amongst the other ones? It's the same developers as Jimmy Neutron, but it's a superior game to Jimmy Neutron. The C tier is getting really big because, like, these games are just, like, not really too notable. I do think this game is somewhat notable. I do enjoy it more than Shrek 2, honestly. Hot take. Like, Shrek 2 is a very mid game. Do I enjoy it more than Barnyard? Is Revenge of the Flying Dutchman a better game than Barnyard? At least it has voice acting. There are still a lot of environments to explore. It's a very primitive game. I think if it had released on the N64, people would have been less harsh on it. Still maintain that. I probably had more fun playing this game than Twonkies, even though Twonkies is a superior Jimmy experience than Revenge of the Flying Dutchman is a SpongeBob experience. But I think it goes here. I think it's below Tigger's Honey Hunt and above Twonkies. B tier licensed game. I know this game gets a lot of hate and a lot of shit, especially from me over the years, but compared to these other games, there are things to like about it, you know? And it was the first SpongeBob 3D experience, and you can give it slack for that. I should have probably done Super Sponge as well. 2D platformer. It does have voice acting. I do like the music in it, so I wouldn't put it with the PS1 slop. I like it more than these games. I like it more than this. It's definitely above Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. It's probably above these. Is it more fun to play than Simpsons game? I think it's a more solid game than, like, the gameplay is more fun than the Simpsons and Family Guy games. Is it in B+ tier? Is it under Cars? Is it above Cars? I think it goes here. I think it's above Cars in B+ tier. SpongeBob Super Sponge for the PlayStation 1. Let's hit movie. SpongeBob movie game. I've already talked about this. You've seen my last tier list, I'm sure, where I discussed how this game is essentially just and people don't realize how much it is an asset flip, a battle for Bikini Bottom. But it's a weird, like, linear game with open elements. A lot of padded extra mini-game challenges to pad the runtime. If you get rid of all the extra tokens and slop outside of, like, going through the levels, there's, like, basically no content in the game. The levels are tiny compared to Battle for Bikini Bottom. It definitely doesn't belong up here with all these games. Movie is a polarizing game because it's likable, but it's also not likable. It's definitely not mid. Like, it's the most, like, opinioned 5 out of 10 I have. Yeah, movie game, a lot of weird decisions in it. The upgrade system doesn't really help or hurt it. It's just, like, kind of there. If you don't upgrade, the game becomes very tedious. If you do upgrade, the game becomes too easy. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I still enjoy Super Sponge more because it's less padded. Do I enjoy Cars more? Tough. Do I enjoy this game more than Cars? I feel like Cars is repetitive in a different way. And Cars isn't really necessarily, like, doing anything special with the genre. I don't know. I feel like movie goes above Cars. It's probably really kind, honestly. I think I'd still rather play Super Sponge. But movie is a very lifeless game with, like, no SpongeBobiness to it except for the fact that you're SpongeBob and Patrick, and the dialogue is weak. You're basically just listening to Scarlett Johansson talk at a wall with like other voice lines inserted around it to make it feel like a conversation. Just the voice acting is not as synergistic as it is in a game like this, Battle for Bikini Bottom, or like Simpsons. You know, like it's, I don't know. I think I'd rather play it than Cars, but I wouldn't rather play it than Super Sponge. So I think it's fine in B+ tier as far as licensed games go. And that's that for movie. Creature from the Krusty Krab. I think we should probably do Lights, Camera, Pants first. Solid party game, fun with friends. Not a lot of content, but what is there is good. Many different areas of the show are experienced in this. I think it has the largest voice cast of all the SpongeBob games, especially coming off of 2004. It was basically the capstone to classic SpongeBob. Feels like SpongeBob. Humor is just like the show. It's fun. The Make a Movie feature is great with the different characters playing different roles. It's not just Mario Party, but SpongeBob. It's its own party game, its own niche in its own right, with the auditions to get the roles, and then it makes a movie for you at the end based on who won the auditions and who won the main audition, based on who has the most points throughout the game or within certain levels. Good game. Short though, but it's fun. I had a lot of fun with this game growing up. I think it goes here. I think Lights, Camera, Pants goes below the Harry Potter games on PC and above Volcano for Game Boy Advance. But yeah, Volcano is actually really high here. But it's a competent 2D platformer and I enjoy playing it. Alright. Creature from the Krusty Krab. This game is not as good as the others. I know I've mentioned in the last video, last tier list, that a lot of people think this game is an underappreciated gem. I don't agree with that. I think it's very boring. I'd still probably rather play it than Cars, though. Would I? It's long, dude. This B+ to B tier is kind of getting a little weird, honestly. Because like I like Dutchman more than this game. I think it's here. I feel like Cars might be too high. Cars is bland. It's bland. I feel like Cars is too high, dude. Like a big appeal of the game is like listening to the licensed music while you're playing it. But it's still a fun time. The gameplay is solid because it's just ATV gameplay, but with cars. Yeah, I think I'll leave it. But Creature from the Krusty Krab is boring. I'd rather play Twonkies and Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. But I'd still probably rather play Creature than Barnyard. Barnyard is just very, very slow. Very, very slow and sluggish game. We did 2006. 2007 should be Atlantis Square Pantis. I actually don't think the console version's on here. Oh, it is. Okay. Atlantis Square Pantis for the Wii. I give this game slack because the shortcomings of Creature from the Krusty Krab's Wii port probably led them to say, we want to primarily develop this game for the Wii and have more Wii-like activities with the remote. I don't think the minigames, it's a minigame collection essentially. I don't think it's that bad though. Problem is that it lasts too long. It just drags on way too long. This game is not fun. Really don't like this game. Honestly, it's probably like somewhere here. Probably goes like, I think we need to split this tier up, honestly. Yeah, this game is really just miserable to play. It's going to be somewhere around B movie, above or below. I'll just put it below because I know this game is terrible. This game, B movie, we haven't played the full thing, but it probably has a little more potential. I think that we need a C- tier. We need a C- tier, and at some point, these games are going to cut off and just get like significantly worse. I think it starts here. I think this is where it starts. Because like Polar Express actually has something going for it. These are just clones. This game is like weird. These aren't fun. And then, you know. So yeah, I think that's fine. I'm okay with that. I feel like a lot of this is like doesn't need to be like super thoughtful because a lot of these games are just mid. Okay, what's next? It's like noteworthy games. I guess we could backtrack to the PC SpongeBob games. Can I ask why Creature from the Krusty Krab is at B? Because I do like the story a little bit. I think the Plankton versus SpongeBob levels are kind of cool. The art style is kind of cool in some areas. There are things to like about it. There's voice acting. Barnyard is just too long. Barnyard is a lot of like fetch quests and like a lot of like riding your bike and shit. But if I were a kid with nothing better to do, I'd probably have fun playing it. So yeah, let's do Operation Krabby Patty. Minigame collection. Sort of fun. Guilty pleasure. Short. I don't know. Like, I think I gave this a pretty high ranking in the last video. But it's probably going to be somewhere around like Tigger's Honey Hunt. Like, I can't really like compare, like obviously like some of these games like Incredibles and Potter 3 for the console, they feel a little incomplete, but you know, this game's also like we're talking about Operation Krabby Patty. It's a mini game collection, so probably in the same tier as like something I'd let my kid play. It's cute, I guess. I think I'll put it here, above Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, but below Tigger's Honey Hunt. I think that's a very fair placement for that game. Employee of the Month is a good point and click. Competent point and click. Great art style. Fun dialogue, fun stories. Just an overall very fun game, fun experience. Very memorable. Short and sweet. Good sound design. Actually, I think that the first 3D SpongeBob experience technically wouldn't be Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, but it would be Operation Krabby Patty. At least like it's like half 3D, half 2D, kind of like this game is Employee of the Month. But Revenge of the Flying Dutchman was like a fully modeled like Bikini Bottom. That was the first time we saw that, at least. But yeah, I think that Employee of the Month goes here. I think it goes in A+ tier, above the Potter games and below the South Park games. This tier is honestly just like, if you like the shows, you'll like these games, and they're memorable and fun. So I'll put them here. Honestly, I'm tempted to just do this. I think this is actually fair. I do think that like it's worth noting Stick of Truth and Employee of the Month are very good, like story games for the shows they're making, you know, content from. But Fracture But Whole has better gameplay than both. Obviously, I wouldn't compare this to Employee of the Month in terms of gameplay, because this is just a pure point and click. But yeah, I think this is fair. Fracture But Whole has some issues. It's probably more fun in terms of gameplay, but it's a worse experience overall compared to Stick of Truth and Employee of the Month. So I think that's fair. Okay, so the standalone point and click games we've already done. Now we can go back to the mainline SpongeBob games. I don't know, we consider Boating Bash mainline. You just hit people. It's similar to Road Rage, where it's just repetitive. Honestly, I think I'd rather play Road Rage. I think I'll put it here, below Road Rage. At least Road Rage is like similar to Crazy Taxi. Like Road Rage is like a pretty soulless game for the most part, but at least like Springfield is fully modeled, and it's like kind of fun in that regard. But it is slop though. Like, Road Rage is definitely slop, but I think that Boating Bash is a little more slop. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of inconsistencies with my rankings from the SpongeBob games to this list, but, you know, for what it's worth, like, we're probably expanding our criteria here, so things are going to move around a little bit. Nighty Nightmares there, but, like, I'm going to, like, do those games later. That was 2010, right? I think that Squiggle Pants was 2011. Minigame collection with different art styles, like you just use the U-Draw tablet. I think that the U-Draw is actually widely responsible for bankrupting THQ because it was such a failure. But this game is fun. It's a good game. It's got live action from Patchy the Pirate, you know, Tom Kenny reprising his role. It's fun in that regard. You get to draw things with the tablet. It utilizes all the different parts of the tablet, like the little pen tip and, you know, the eraser end and stuff like that. It has, like, the tablet itself has, like, motion sensors. It's fun. I never played Monster House, no. Yeah, it's fun. It's short, but it's fun. Feels like the show. Short and sweet. I don't think I feel good ranking it above these games, though. Like, fully realized games. I feel like A tier is good for it. Squiggle Pants is fun, but it's not like a full game, really. I really enjoy the different, like, art styles of, like, each, like, portrait world is, like, different mini games based on different concepts for art. And, like, Patchy's, like, trying to complete his gallery, and, like, when you complete mini games, he adds to his gallery. So there are, like, different, like, themes, like the retro styled SpongeBob mini games, and, like, the comic book style and the punk rock style. Like, there are, like, different styles of SpongeBob, like, mini games, like, artistically. Yeah, the art styles are really, really fun. It's a fun game. I like it, but I think it goes at the bottom of A tier, all things considered. Was Plankton's Robotic Revenge like 2013 or 2014? It was one of those. But this is the first of the Activision duology or whatever. This game is pure slop. Pure slop. Just a third-person shooter, top-down slop, where you upgrade your guns and just, like, hold down a button and shoot. You shoot robots. Obviously, it was trying to get the Battle for Bikini Bottom kids to play it, because it's baiting you with the Robotic Revenge, implying that it's a sequel. Oh, we almost forgot Truth or Square. 2009 Truth or Square, but yeah, this game, one of the many games trying to ride off of the success of Battle for Bikini Bottom, and it's not fun. It's slop. Very, very slop. I think I'd rather play it than Yogi. I think it goes here above Yogi and below Man vs. Wild. At least Man vs. Wild is, like, somewhat interesting, but it's still shitty to play. It's still a crusty ass game. But yeah, that Robotic Revenge is just bad. So we'll go back to Truth or Square for the 360. You guys already know I do not like this game. I think the sound design is just ear-piercingly terrible. The visuals are not much different than Battle for Bikini Bottom. The animations aren't really that much better either. You know, same thing with, like, the voice acting where, like, it's missing Clancy Brown, just like a lot of these SpongeBob games. That said, I don't really care. Like, I'm not gonna, like, put it against it. It's not fun, though. It's all reused assets from movie and SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. All reused assets down to the soundtrack, which is just, like, either just, like, clips of the soundtracks from movie or Battle for Bikini Bottom, or they're just, like, sped up or slowed down. I think, like, they just, like, alter the pitch and the speed of them, with some other, like, licensed, like, stock music thrown in from the show. Very low budget experience. It was supposed to be a follow-up to Battle for Bikini Bottom, and for what it's worth, like, they said that it was originally supposed to be a slightly different concept. It was originally going to be called, like, Happiness Squared, but I think it's just a rename. I think we were essentially getting the same fucking thing. despite Nickelodeon forcing them to rename it to Truth or Square to line up with their special, the Truth or Square special, which I've actually never seen because I wasn't playing or watching SpongeBob at this point in my childhood or like upbringing, I suppose. Because I was a teenager when this game came out, so I didn't play it when it first came out. But yeah, I played it on stream a bunch of times, and it's not fun. It's kind of insulting, honestly, that like all the enemies are just so lifeless and soulless and so uncreative. The mechanics aren't fun to play. They ruined the sliding. It moves at a snail's pace. And like the upgrades in the hub world are not really that appealing to me. I don't really think that part of the game is very fun or appealing. So yeah, this game fucking sucks. It's going in F tier, I think. I think I'd still rather play it than Charlie and Nemo. And at least the Hunt has like a little bit of charm to it. It's going below the Hunt. Truth or Square is going in F tier. Very bad game. Don't like it one bit. Hero Pants. I'm trying to be concise with the SpongeBob game because we already did a SpongeBob tier list. You can watch that. It'll be linked up. Hero Pants. This is the game that destroyed the SpongeBob video game franchise before the resurgence of popularity of Battle for Bikini Bottom on the internet brought it back and got us rehydrated and all the games that came after it. This is a 2015 Xbox 360 game that is exactly the same on the PS Vita and what the fuck? I think it was just Vita, right? Yeah, I think it was Vita. Yeah, the handheld ports are exactly the same. Slop game. Top-down slop. 3D. Oh, it had a 3DS port? I didn't even know that. Huh. Well, yeah. This game is fucking atrocious. The physics are so poorly implemented. Like, it feels like you're jumping on the moon. Sound design's terrible. Bunch of just assets thrown into the background, which you would call scenery. I can't even call it scenery. The levels are just all basically just asset dumps. It feels like a tech demo. I can't believe they sold this for full price when it came out. Insane. This game, like at least like the games above it are trying. I would still rather play Hero Pants than any of these games. Honestly, yeah, I think this is fine. Like, truly pathetic game, but like the ones below it are just ass. They're just so ass to play. They're so ass. Honestly, Mr. Bean's probably better. Honestly, Shrek is probably better. Yeah, I think this is fine. Hero Pants is just terrible, dude. Honestly. But I don't get the same visceral reaction playing Hero Pants as I do, say, Shrek. And Mr. Bean is just absurd, like the fact they even made this game. But yeah, Hero Pants, I think the context behind it makes it way worse for sure. Honestly, South Park, I'd take over Hero Pants. Honestly, Hero Pants is the worst one on this list. I get nauseous playing Negatron, but at least there was a little bit of thought put into it. Hero Pants is just a soulless video game. Matter of fact, it's as bad as they say it is. We're gonna do it. We're gonna call it G tier. Wait, we already have a G tier. H tier. Hell. Hell on Earth. It's just like truly memorable for all the wrong reasons. H for Hero Pants. Hero tier. Truly horrible. And now we're on to the new SpongeBob games, right? Because we didn't do Rehydrated in this because we already talked about it last time, and it's a remake, so SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake was the follow-up we never thought we'd get because Rehydrated was so popular. It did so well that we ended up getting more. So we got Cosmic Shake, which is mid, but there are some good things. It probably has the best hub world out of all the SpongeBob games. Really nice hub world. It's fun. The levels are creative, somewhat. But the game mechanics really aren't that great. And there's a lot of forced combat. And the collectibles, there's not like a huge incentive to get them unless you want to get like, you know, costumes, I guess. This game's fine. It's fine. I feel bad putting it this low. I had fun playing Cars. I think it goes here, right? Above Family Guy for PS2 and below Simpsons game. I think that's fair. Yeah, it might even be too high. Is it better than Incredibles? Yeah, I think so. It's finished. It's probably better than Family Guy. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is solid. Cosmic Shake goes toward the top of B with Simpsons. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I like that. It's getting cold in here. It's freezing outside. Coldest winter in recent memory. And Patrick Star game. Goat Simulator clone with Bikini Bottom. The most open Bikini Bottom experience, but like there are more areas in some other SpongeBob games to explore for sure. But it's just a goat simulator type game. Strangely fun to play. Better than I thought it would be. Where did I even put this in the other tier list? I just feel like I don't really have much of a reason to play this. Like I can see Shrek being fun with friends. Barnyard has a pretty large world to it. It beats this game in that regard. Shrek 2 is just so mid, dude. Honestly, I feel like it goes like this, right? Shrek 2 goes above Patrick Star. I'm probably being really harsh on Shrek 2, but it is really, like, painfully mid. Barnyard's probably a little bit better. So yeah, Patrick Star can go in C tier. At the top of C tier with Shrek. I'm fine with that. Titans of the Tide, the most recent SpongeBob game. I've already talked about this recently. I like it. It's fun. Short. Some levels are a little weird, but it is an inspired game. Inspired by the likes of Battle for Bikini Bottom. I think like some of the later like Crash Bandicoot games. It's inspired by the speedrunning community as well. A lot of the elements that they added to this game and improved, like they wanted it to be more fun to play for the hardcore audience. You can tell by the stuff they added and the feedback they took from what they received. Yeah, they're listening to the fans. Special thanks. They're listening maybe a little too much. They really pay close attention to the fans when they're making this one. That's for sure. Fun game though. A little short. A little rush at the end. But it is fun. Do I have more fun playing it than like the Potter games? Maybe. I think the Potter games are a lot more innovative though. I think it goes here. I think it goes below the Potter games, but above Lights, Camera, Pants. Because both these games have not too much content. And Lights, Camera, Pants is pretty fun on a console. But if I had to recommend, like, if I had to tell you which game I'd want you to play, like, I feel like I wouldn't be rushing you to go out and grab this game in 2026, you know? It's a lot of nostalgia and a lot of, like, if you like SpongeBob. I do think that Titans of the Tide is a genuinely fun game. It sold less than Cosmic WoW. Do you think we'll even get another SpongeBob game, dude? Like, is it over? Rehydrated was just like a true anomaly, dude. Like, it's all because of the fucking internet, right? The speedrunning community. Everybody hopping onto it because of the speedruns and the boundary breaks and the last Let's Plays. Like, this could be it. I hope it's not it, but I hope we get more. I think we will. Martin says he wants to make more, but who knows, man. If they keep getting lower and lower budget, it's going to squeeze them for what they can actually do. I wouldn't be surprised if it sold less than Cosmic Shake, though, because people were bummed out about Cosmic Shake because it was not as good as they expected it to be. And then Titans of the Tide probably sold less because of that. But yeah, it's a good game. I like it. Let's backtrack a little bit and do the Nicktoons slop. The slop! Nicktoons Unite. Laggy fucking game. Escort mission if you're not playing with friends. Annoying in that regard. But I enjoy the music. I think it's the best they could have done with the OST for having 4 characters from very different shows all together in the same thing. Just a multiplayer beat 'em up. I like it more than Shrek 2. I think I'll put it here. Same developer as Barnyard, by the way. I do think that Barnyard is a superior game. And like, Unite is cool. It is a guilty pleasure. I just like, I think I put this higher in my previous tier list, but like, this game is definitely a little sloppy. I do like that the characters have different and unique moves, and there are reasons to switch to different characters to use them for certain things, but it is a little sloppy. I do think that Barnyard is the better game, even though I like Unite more than Barnyard. Like it's like Barnyard's probably better, honestly. But it is worth mentioning that Unite is probably my favorite mid game out of all of these for sure. Like, I personally like it more than Barnyard, Creature from the Krusty Krab, Twonkies in some ways, you know. Like, I think it's solid, but I think it belongs here at the bottom of B. It's barely hanging on. That said, Volcano doesn't need to be a thing. The writing is so campy and, like, cringe. It's funny cringe, but, like, why does this game? It's just because, like, I don't know. Just squeezing the Nicktoons udders for more milk. This game doesn't need to be a thing. We really didn't need it. But a lot of people like it, I guess, for some reason. It does run at a stable frame rate. I don't know why they cut the 4-player capabilities, though. A little strange. It could just be because, like, most kids didn't use the PlayStation 2's 4-player capabilities. You know, if you played on GameCube, I guess you could enjoy the 4 players on Unite. But for PS2, you needed an extension to play with 4 players. Maybe that's why they didn't bother doing it. Who knows what the reason could be. Volcano just feels like nothing, though. It's a combat-focused game where the combat's not even required, but I guess there is, like, stuff you can do at the camp, like upgrading your camp and stuff. It's honestly more memorable than these games. Like, maybe I put it above Shrek 2. Shrek 2 is just so mid. I don't know. Like, at least, like, Volcano's campy and cringe, but, like, it's, like, memorable in that regard. Honestly, I had more fun playing Patrick Star than Shrek. So I'll put that there. Yeah, I think this is pretty fair. Volcano above Patrick. I think I've been too harsh on the Nicktoons games. But Volcano is definitely a tier below Unite, that's for sure. Toybots for the Wii feels like much more of a game. It's still cringe. I think that I still like Unite more because it actually has unique abilities, and in spite of the lag and the escort issues, like having to escort your teammates because they constantly kill themselves, I think it still goes here, though. Like, it's definitely better than Volcano, but yeah, I don't know. I think that Unite is just a superior game in terms of its reason to exist. Its concept is better. The gameplay in Toybots is probably far superior to Volcano, but I don't know, you could probably debate it with Unite. And then we have Globs of Doom, right? Yeah. Globs of Doom for the Wii. Super cringe game. The Nicktoons games are just so cringe, dude. I don't know, man. I think it's better than Volcano. Field of View's fucked up the whole time. All the characters are like ugly and glossy, and the story is super cringe, especially toward the end. I like how at the end you're just flying in a spaceship shooting a giant glob. Like it's, you wouldn't even know it's a Nicktoons game if you stopped in and saw it. You probably think it's some random fucking shovelware. Weird fucking game, dude. Toybots is probably better. Is it a tier above Volcano? I think it's in the same tier. Maybe I'd rather play it over Volcano because like there's actually a little bit of substance to it. More characters. Weird storyline with SpongeBob being possessed by a demon. SpongeBob's demonic possession. Does it come in boy colors? Yeah, weird ass game. Probably better than Volcano. But yeah, I don't know. Volcano is probably more memorable. But yeah, I think that these two, Unite and Toybots, are in a tier above the other two. In my opinion. And I think that's, I mean, there's the Krusty Cook-Off, which is just like fucking cooking minigame. I don't know. Pretty weak. I actually got offered to, like a sponsored stream. I got offered a sponsored stream to play this, but I turned it down because of some shit. I think it's because I was working on getting 39 and the new SpongeBob game was coming out and I was busy with shit, so I didn't do it. I also, like, you guys didn't really enjoy watching this. I couldn't force you through it. So yeah, yeah, this game is kind of slop, honestly. It's like not very notable. I think it's gonna go here. It's gonna go below Manverse. No, fuck that. I think it's gotta. It should be like around Hell's Kitchen because they're very similar. Probably above Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. Krusty Cook-Off above Hell's Kitchen. What year did Krusty Cook-Off come out? 2021, I think, maybe. It's like it's a Switch release of a game that started as a mobile game, so basically a mobile game, basically Hell's Kitchen, essentially. Hell's Kitchen is something that would have been a mobile game when it came out if it had been a thing. I think mobile games are still pretty primitive at this time, but yeah, slop. I guess we could backtrack to like, I guess, yeah, it's just these SpongeBob games left. Might as well just do the Yellow Avenger because it's actually unique here. Yellow Avenger takes too long to play. You run so slowly. The enemies are so annoying to kill. You don't even really get to explore Bikini Bottom that much. It's just a lot of like platforming to get to the different areas. No voice acting. It is a handheld game. I don't know. This game is really boring. At least it has like something to it though. I feel like it wouldn't be fair to put it below Robotic Revenge and Yogi. I think it goes below Man vs. Wild. Because at least Man vs. Wild had like some interesting elements to it, even though it's pretty trash. But yeah, Yellow Avenger is going to go above Plankton's Robotic Revenge, I think. And Yogi Bear in the D tier. Alright, well, let's go back to the 2002 Revenge of the Flying Dutchman Game Boy Advance. Pretty non-linear. Like, you collect keys to unlock the chests, like 3 keys to finish the level or something. Somewhat of a decent challenge at the end because the level is very long and unforgiving. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why we even need to rank this, but I guess people will be curious to see how it fits in with the other ones. And they're here, so we might as well just do it. But I guess beyond this point, Let's just do Lights, Camera, Pants PC first and save the other slot for later. This is probably the closest like SpongeBob like to show experience you can get, with all the different voice acting and all the characters and all the areas that show up. It's the most open SpongeBob game in terms of areas you can explore. I recommend it if you haven't played it, if you like SpongeBob. But the ending doesn't really give you much. Pretty dissatisfying and rushed ending. Not even fully clear what the ending actually is. Like, there's no like win game condition, but it's just a fun like bikini bottom simulator, I guess. It's solid though. I don't think that it's not better than these in A tier. Like, it's probably not better than Volcano. It's not more fun to play. Maybe I put it here below Squiggle Pants. It's a good experience. It's fun. I mean, I probably interchange these two. Squiggle Pants is just more fun. Like, it's more replayable and more fun. But Lights, Camera, Pants, or PC is definitely like worth playing through at least once. Like once every several years, maybe. So I like it. And I'll put it in A tier. Below Squiggle Pants. That's fine. And then, yeah, like the rest of these are just like, you know, whatever, I guess. We were already talking about the Dutchman for Game Boy Advance, so yeah. Non-linear, somewhat kind of competent platformer that's a little bit tedious to play. It's gonna be pretty low. I think I'd rather play all these games over this. Man. Maybe more than Polar Express? No, probably not. It's not terrible. The console version is probably better though. Dude, I don't even know where to rank. It's like the C tiers are always just so hard to do because they're just so mid, right? I think it goes here above Cyber Chase. And then for that matter, Battle for Bikini Bottom for Game Boy Advance is pretty similar, but slightly better in my opinion. More levels, even though there are like some known soft locks. Like, sucks. But I think for a Game Boy Advance game, you get a lot out of this thing. A lot of levels. Boss fights aren't bad either. I kind of like them. So, yeah, I still think that one's better. Maybe a bit controversial. But yeah, I mean, they both kind of drag on quite a bit. Battle for Bikini Bottom on the PC is just a point-and-click minigame collection. Not as good as Operation Krabby Patty. It's a little silly. Definitely made for younger kids. Maybe I'll put it like here. Above the Game Boy stuff. Slop. The Game Boy slop. It's, I don't know. Polar Express wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Still wasn't very good though. So yeah. I feel like this game is at least like funny, you know. It's a little silly. I kind of like the announcer fish like telling you when you collect stuff is fine. I don't know. Is it a tier above these games? We'll probably go back and like edit the C tier later. Movie for Game Boy Advance, I still think is the worst of these three. I think it's the worst of the Battle for Bikini Bottom and Dutchman's. Like, it's just missing some crucial things. Like, inconsistent with the movie's lore, with the mustaches like sometimes appearing and not, and being referenced and not. Short game, all things considered. Not the same developer. Vicarious Visions did the previous two, and then I think this was Way Forward that does the movie game. But yeah, I don't know. They're all similar. I like that the movie game is a little more streamlined than Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, though. I probably like switch them maybe, but yeah, like the movie game is just kind of annoying to play for Game Boy Advance. Like, especially when you like every platformer, even like this game has it. Maybe this one has it where you hold down on the D-pad to look down. You can't look down on the movie game. And there are a lot of like areas where there's nothing below you. It's just an abyss and you can't look down, which like is annoying. So yeah, whatever. Movie game for PC is a point-and-click adventure. Super padded out, lame ideas in my opinion. The best part of this game is the spine doctor with the invertebrates. I think that's what, like, I can't remember if it's like in or non-in. Means they don't have spines. It's the one that doesn't have the spine. Invertebrates or whatever. Invertebrates. Yeah, that's what it is, I think. Learning my biology here. And yeah, vertebrates have a backbone and invertebrates do not. Yeah, so they're like rioting. They're like protesting because they're saying the doctor is discriminating against them because they can't use his services, but they don't have spines, so they can't see a spine doctor if they don't have spines. So that was probably the best the peak of that experience, but the rest is like super mid. But yeah, that one part is pretty memorable and likable. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it goes like here somewhere. I think we need a C+ tier. Like maybe it goes like below Jaws and above Harry Potter. Yeah, we're gonna do a C+ tier. C+ with these games. Yeah. I think this is good. We'll do that. C+ with movie PC. Above like Harry Potter, Ratatouille, Cat in the Hat. All those. I think this is fine. A lot of games in S tier though. But they're worthy of S tier though. These games are worthy of being in S tier. Like maybe Family Guy would go here, if anything. Yeah, Family Guy should probably be in here. I have fun playing it, but I wish I could comment on the multiplayer, honestly. Like, honestly, like if I'm just being like truthful here, we need an SS tier. Which battle goes in here, like I believe. I just feel like this is like, this game is just so iconic and culturally impactful, dude. Like it is the licensed game, especially over the years. It's become more and more. Yeah, SS tier. I think this makes more sense, yeah. And yeah, this is all DS slop. Like, I don't know. Do you really want me to even rank this shit? Like, I don't know. I guess, like, mid, like, bad, like, oh, Atlantis DS, we didn't do in the last one. People were curious to know my ranking for it. So I guess I'll put the creature, like, we know this one's, like, significantly worse than the other ones. Yeah, didn't like this one. I guess I'll put it here above Arthur. But below Hell's Kitchen, sure, whatever. Not very good game. Yeah, so Atlantis DS is probably the best of the DS games. We didn't talk about this in the last one, so I wanted to make sure it made it into this one. It's still a platformer, like, I don't know. It's better than Truth or Square for the DS. I like the Game Boy games more, personally. I think it goes here. We actually need a D+ tier. D+. D+ tier. And then that's where these, like, we're starting to get really sloppy with these. So yeah, I think this is fine. Crash Bandicoot clones, weird ass game with like reused assets. Not very fun. Didn't play enough of it, but I can tell what kind of a game it's gonna be. Yeah, these. But yeah, DS version of this here. Truth or Square DS is significantly worse than these. I really don't enjoy it. It's still better than the 360 one in my opinion, but fuck, this game is long and boring. Probably similar to the Yellow Avenger, honestly. Should go here. I'm going to put it above Yellow Avengers because the mechanics aren't as awful to play with. Yellow Avenger feels terrible mechanically, but they both overstay their welcome and they're very long and they drag on like crazy. Volcano Island for DS is more slop. You know, I couldn't tell if it was because of the 3DS having emulation issues, but it dropped a lot of inputs and just a lot of like top and bottom screen gimmicks. Just not very fun to play. I'd still rather play it than these though. I think like right here, I had more fun playing Hell's Kitchen than I did this for sure. But yeah, it's probably still better than Creature from the Krusty Krab Game Boy Advance, even though they're both just really miserable to play. Attack of the Toy Bots DS is probably the worst of these. This game is truly horrible. Just repetitive slop. Just mashing buttons to attack enemies and horrible noises and these like weird like double screen like racing sections. You collect stuff in the boss fights where you can like barely even move. You just shoot. Yeah, really hate this game a lot. I don't know, where did this even go? I'd rather play it than South Park. Yep, I think it goes here. Below Shrek, above South Park. Like, really, really bad. These games are all games I would never want to play again. This G tier. Just like, wow. Couldn't tolerate it. And Globs of Doom for the DS. I think it was one of the better ones of these DS games. I liked it more than Atlantis. The pacing wasn't bad. Feels like it was like we played most of it, close to the end. I think it's better than Atlantis, honestly. The character switching wasn't like too terrible. Probably goes here, maybe it goes like above the movie. No, it doesn't go there. I think it goes here. Below movie for Game Boy Advance, but above the Atlantis DS. And that's that for the ones here, and it's just a matter of like organizing them now. But yeah, I mean, this is tough. I mean, anything in S tier is something I'd recommend you play. These are all really fun games. Like, I don't know. Tony Hawk actually had 720p support on the Xbox OG. Kind of cool. Like widescreen support too. I gotta put Tony Hawk above this Spider-Man. Like, the character is just much more memorable and fun, and yeah, it's a little more complicated. Like, this game is like cool. Like the in-air, like if I'm comparing like in terms of like tricks, right? Like how you do like tricks on the skateboard versus like you know, like the tricks in midair and then like Spider-Man, like the combat tricks, like they're both pretty button mashy games. Like, I'm sure you can have precision with it if you're like actually taking it seriously, but I don't know. Like these two games feel pretty similar to me. This game is like really, really solid, you know. Toy Story is also, you know, I love the level design in Toy Story 2. And then Simpsons is like, you know, like full experience, but it's not quite as good as Battle for Bikini Bottom. I mean, there'll never be a licensed game that had the impact this game did. Fantastic game. You know, like if any other game, for the record, like if any other game on this list could be deserving of a remake, it'd probably be Simpsons. But I'd rather see a sequel because Simpsons has a PC port. Just put the PC port on Steam and fix the frame rate issues. And then, like, frame rate and physics stuff. And give us a sequel, maybe. A sequel to this would be preferable to a remake, but yeah. The Battle for Bikini Bottom remake timeline is fucking insane. Like, it really was just like cult classic that exploded into something bigger. And it got fucking remade. Was it 13? No. It was 17 years after release that this game got remade. Insane, dude. 100% because of the internet, spearheaded by the speedrunning community and all the content creators who were hopping on the train. So fucking sick that happened. But yeah, all these games are really good. This is a game that is a must play. It is better than many Nintendo games of the same genre. These are all must plays too, in my opinion. They're all great. But you're capping if you haven't played Battle for Bikini Bottom. A+ tier is like, if you like the shows, you're going to really like these. They're fun, competent games for their genres. A tier is really solid games, like solid, noteworthy licensed games. Same with the B+ tier, honestly. Like, yeah, I think this is pretty respectable, honestly. You could probably move some stuff around. You could probably do like this, like put Scooby below Friday. Whatever. It's fine. B tier is like still, maybe you just play these games if you want to culture yourself with these other licensed games. Try some other games outside of your comfort zone. Cultured slop. But once you get below B tier, like, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend playing any of these. I'm not going to go crazy with, like, rearranging stuff in the C sections, and D is just like, what do you expect? And then F is just like, wow, these games actually exist somehow. It is SS, right? Because I remember Brawl tier lists. It's like in the Smash wiki. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch Smash. So like, fighting games have like, it's S and it's SS. Yeah. Yeah, Meta Knight is SS tier. Ice Climbers is S tier. I think this is the only Smash game with an SS tier. Because everybody agreed that Meta Knight was the best character and nobody would argue against it. Like, Melee is, like, more balanced. I think that Melee is probably the most balanced of them. Like, I don't know. Smash Ultimate tier list. I don't think I haven't seen this game in, like, 8 years, so I don't even know what it looks like. Smash 4. I thought Bayonetta was considered de facto the best, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, it's S plus now. They call it an Ultimate. They call it S plus. Oh, I get it because of the Nazi shit. Yeah, they say like because SS is like Nazis, and I get that. But I've always known it as being SS. Okay, I get it. You know what I mean. But like it's always been called SS, and then there was like there was like triple S, I think, at some point. Steve, yeah, I've seen like clips of Ultimate. It looks really annoying to play. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't like the input buffering either. Like input queuing. So annoying. Yeah. I don't know. Sure, like S plus, SS plus. Yeah. Because that much better. But I think this is a pretty solid list. Now I'm sure for those of you who are watching here in Twitch, like YouTube Live or whatever you're watching it on the VOD, like there are probably a bunch of games I didn't play here or that I missed that I'm not aware of. There are definitely a lot of licensed games that we haven't played yet. Like Night at the Museum, for Xbox 360. Oh, Duck Dynasty. Duck Dynasty's not on this list, but so fucking mid. I probably put it like what the fuck did you even do in that game, dude? C- tier, I guess. Fuck, that game was slop. Yeah, Duck Dynasty was slop. Shamu's Deep Sea Adventure was a... I think that people have actually found that one. They like... We discovered this one, Shrek, for Xbox before anybody else did, and we discovered Shamu around the same time, but I've seen recently, like, there are, like, videos talking about Shamu, so maybe it's been discovered. It's been on my shelf for the last few years, and we never played it. But yeah, there are a lot of games we haven't played that, like, on the shelf, like Iron Man, Spider-Man 3, Shamu. Yeah. Bunch of games we haven't played, but if you don't see your game here, or you disagree with anything that I put here, or you agree, whatever opinions you have, just leave a comment. We can discuss what future games we'll play. Yeah, that's going to be it for my licensed game tier list. And for those of you who maybe just skipped to the end of the video to see the end of the tier list, we're going to be playing, where is it? We're going to be playing this one tonight, Barnyard. So when you see this upload, on the night of the upload, we're going to be playing Barnyard on stream. We're going to stream probably a couple of chapters to YouTube, and then we're going to go offline on YouTube and do media share on Twitch and other on-screen slop. So yeah, make sure you stop in for that at least. It's going to be fun. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to want to come over to Twitch for that, but yeah. You'll still get the notification for YouTube Live. Just that the fun stuff, you know, the slop, the media share slop is going to be off of YouTube because Content ID doesn't allow me to do that, unfortunately. So yeah, it's going to be that. See you there. Yeah, it's that. It's my licensed game tier list. I'm actually going to go offline now because I have to continue practicing Battle for Bikini Bottom, the actual game, not the fucking PlayStation slop. Like, actually de-rusting the game. Hopefully, we'll get back to runs later this week for those of you who are watching and you're unsure of whether we're still speedrunning. We are. I just haven't been streaming it because I'm de-rusting off stream. Well, Tigger's Honey Hunt is an S tier game for kids, but, like, yeah. As an adult, like, it probably belongs here.
Congratulations, you won.
Raina, thanks for the gift. But yeah, I mean, they could probably make a different tier list for, like, kids games. Like, kids games, you know? Not games that are, like, enjoyable by all ages, but kids games. So yeah. Yeah, it's in a good spot. Alright, I'm gonna go offline now. Because I gotta go continue de-rusting. Yeah. I'm gonna rate Ink. He's learning 120 star. He's just got a recent record in Sunshine. Ixon, thank you for the 62 months. Thanks, guys. I'll be back tonight with Barnyard. Get ready for that. Okay? See you soon. Oh. Oh.
Smart.
Yeah. We've returned. Media share is enabled. We're gonna play it later. We're probably gonna do like a chapter or two on YouTube, and then we'll go offline and do media share. In like a couple of hours. Oh my god, this game is fucking laggy. Couple of hours after that, we'll start doing the on-screen slop. Cosplay. Yeah, it doesn't even fit.
Hello, stranger.
Like, it's really uncomfortable. The legs are fucking tiny.
That's about enough.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, right. Thanks. Alright.
Oh, I'm quick.
Nice. We gotta meet everybody on the barnyard. Gotta cook a fucking apple pie, right? It's been like 5 years since I've last played this or something. Nah, 4 years, right? We played part of it. Gotta find the ingredients. Right? Oh, we need the recipe first. And the recipe is gonna be under a rock or something.
Yeah.
20 months is like a lot.
Apple flour. Duke, thanks for the 20 months. Just like Duke in the game. Who's gonna teach me how to play pool. So we gotta find an apple to cook our Odie pie. Because we had a really fast split. Now we need some flour. Is the flour inside the barn?
Money.
Yo, thanks, Hen Basket.
Oh my me, the frame rate on this is abysmal. I could count higher than the frame rate when I was 3 days old. Yes, I know, didn't ask.
It's true. It's like every time he speaks, it's didn't ask. Is the flour? It's just grain. Oh, we got the flour, nice. Alright, we're ready to go make the apple pie. A big moment. Isn't it like here or something? I think we gotta talk to him first. Yeah, so that's the thing is like, I don't know what happened, but for some reason my desktop audio is delayed. I couldn't figure it out before I got on. Like, it's really weird. I don't know what the fuck happened, like, when it started. I just have no idea what to do to fix that. Yeah, it's just my desktop audio is delayed. Like, I have no idea what the problem is. Dude, I already did this for you. Yeah, I did. Okay, there you go. Cool. I don't know. I know. I guess like a lot of people here probably don't stream. But,
Money!
like, has anybody had this issue before? Because
What do you call a Jewish jukebox? A jukebox equals.
what?
I don't get it, or you're having a stroke, Coke.
Hey, let's cook. Delicious.
I think that we're good.
Time to go to work.
That's what I figured is like, it's probably going to be annoying, but it's like, it's not going to matter in like it's not going to matter in like 2 hours or whatever. We'll get past chapter 1 and then we'll start with the brain rot. Like, it's truly not going to make a difference. Yeah, it's just going to be, it's going to be awful.
Oh, nope.
But yeah, we'll do like a chapter or something like on YouTube, and then we'll go offline on YouTube and start doing brain rot. You really didn't want to load that, huh? Yeah, it's enabled, but like it's queued up, so like when you give media share, it's not gonna play right away. It'll play when we finish this.
My name is
We're just doing one chapter on YouTube, and then we're gonna switch over to just
Money!
yeah, just Twitch and Kick, because we can't stream media share to YouTube. We'll get fucking kicked off.
Echo, 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 echo.
Echo, 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 echo.
Echo, 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 echo.
Moo 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 moo.
It's like a second delayed, dude. Like it's bad, and I have no idea how to fix it because it's like. I've never had the audio delayed. I've never seen it where the audio is delayed.
Oh shit, 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 shit.
No, money from the high with the bees inside. Farmers gone. Yeah, we
I didn't realize the autoplay was on. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry. We're good now. All right. You only have to wait. Like it's gonna queue up, and then we'll play them after we go offline on YouTube. But yeah, I'm sure that was fine. It's not gonna, like, that's just AI slop, so it's fine. Imagine if it was like Mariah Carey, you just instantly get fucking booted offline.
Hey!
Ew. Would you not do that?
I guess you have to squirt unique people. Out of milk. This like, this really doesn't fit,
Money!
dude. Like, the legs are really fucking tight. It's like the ankles.
Echo 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 echo.
Echo, 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 echo. Is he stupid?
Money!
Vladimir Putin.
Money!
Already? Yeah.
Hey, you guys ever? Hey, shut up, man. No. You shut up. I told you first. No, you didn't, or you're stupid.
SpongeBob.
bad to the bone. This game is so dumb, dude. Oh god. Here it comes.
Weekend.
Oh fuck, I forgot to put my sunglasses on. How am I gonna squirt my milk without my sunglasses? Oh, the mini map is pretty helpful, I guess.